Hello and welcome back to the Chick and the Duck podcast with myself, Rye, and my brother, Micah. We talk about anything and everything related to pop culture, but mostly movies. And today we've got an episode for you. Very little news. We'll talk about why. Got some Christopher Nolan stuff, a fun game, and talking about Oppenheimer. Um, Maybe a little bit of Barbie, but we both saw Oppenheimer, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, Micah, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Things been good.
Yeah. So not bad. Um, been busy.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, slow getting back or
yeah.
whatever.
After,
First couple of days, I was just did nothing. Didn't feel like doing anything.
yeah,
Just always the traveling and time change, all different stuff.
totally.
It's just I was just tired,
Yeah,
so I really didn't do anything. But I mean, since then, I guess a lot's happened. It's been quite a while.
yeah. We haven't talked in a. I mean, we've texted back and forth, but we haven't
Yeah, a
sat
little
and
bit, but not really.
talked. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's mostly,
So
mostly, or are you talking job stuff or wedding stuff or both?
both.
Both.
Yeah, so uh I guess first like wedding stuff, I guess. We just
Yeah.
been doing more stuff, looking at more. I don't know I mean we had a venue last. That
I
was
know
the last
you.
thing.
I know where you're getting married. I know what day you're getting married.
Yeah, we have it booked. So
Yeah, right. I
I
knew
guess I
that.
can say it. So it's July 19th,
Yep.
um 2024 at Cape Horn Estate. We got it all booked
I
and
looked
paid
at
for.
pictures. I didn't look at pictures of the canal, but I looked at pictures here. It's beautiful.
It's like really
Like
nice.
the backdrop, or is that like where you'll have it? Where
It's
like see,
the stone, it's the gorge. It's right
it,
on the
dude,
gorge on top
just
of the hill.
stunning. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, pretty insane. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as of a few days ago, Friday,
Mm-hmm.
last Friday, Maddie got a dress.
Oh, like
Already
got it.
bought it. It's delivered August 1st.
Did she spend a bag or did she?
It was under $1,500. So
That's great.
was not bad. And it
That's
was
not bad at all.
Anthropology, so
Nice.
just like really bougie
So,
girl place. So
so she just went with her mom and sisters probably and found the one she wanted.
yeah, mom, sisters, and her aunt, and
Okay.
yeah, tried on some there,
Mm-hmm.
liked a bunch of them, and went to a different place. And that place was mad weird. I don't know what that place was, but they like were not as nice. And
uh,
she she says that the anthropology people definitely don't get commission or don't act like it, at least, and the other people definitely do.
oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the
And so, like,
worst.
when she started fading, the manager came in and, like, was trying to get her to buy the dress, and was like, every time she was alone, she said that, uh, like, alone with the chick or whatever, not with her sisters and mom and aunt
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, that
Yeah.
she'd I think we both know this is your dress, and all this different stuff. She's like, I don't know, I like it.
It's nice.
And she's a people pleaser, so I think, like, she said at one point after, like, a bunch of times, uh, she's like, Um, it's like, "Yeah, I think so," or something like that, and then she was like, "I don't know why I said that." It
That's
just
so funny.
didn't help, and so then they were just, like, pressuring her, and they're trying to get her to pay. It's
Oh
like,
my
they're
gosh.
yeah, and they're just, like, trying to usher them to pay, and she's like, "I'm not going to," and then she's like they're like, "Well, just pay the security deposit," or whatever. She's like,
Deposit.
"Well, if I want it, can I just come back?" And they were like, "Yeah, but, tomorrow and is busy and
Tomorrow's busy.
it was like Friday, it was Saturday. So like tomorrow's our busiest day, so we probably wouldn't even be able to get you in. She's like, just to pay for it, and they're like, she's like, I don't know. And then they're like and then on Sunday it goes into a collection, which means it won't be the same price. It'll be more expensive. And
Okay.
she was like, so why don't you just pay the security deposit right now? And
That's so
uh
sus.
And then he was like, "I'm not doing that." And she's like, "Well, why don't there's some other payment thing too."
Mm-hmm.
And that even less money that they wanted her to pay for. It's like $50 or something like that. And I was like, why would you even pay that
Yeah, it's
before you decided you were gonna get it?
right. That's crazy.
And so she didn't get it, and then went back to the other place and asked if she could try the one that she got on again, and they were like, yeah, we could squeeze you in or whatever, because they do appointments, right? So they
Hmm.
were super nice, and they were like, let her try it on again, and then she bought it.
Nice. That's cool.
And so yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
Um, she's been trying to show me it like every day.
Trying to? You're like
Like
not.
not actually trying, but like she's always like, I'm gonna show you the dress. I think I should just show you it.
Well, you can't.
I'm like, no. And then I made this a little I made a little thing for
Uh-huh.
let me see this. Let me find it. Um we've been sending stuff in chat. That's annoying. Oh gosh, dude, Snapchat sucks. To be completely honest.
Yeah.
When you like get to the end of your like 24-hour period where all the stuff's saved automatically, it
Hmm.
like starts shooting up to the top automatically,
Yeah.
which is very annoying.
Hmm.
Um, but I like made this little also this. It's focuses and you can
Oh,
read back.
she's broke. He's Ken. It's true.
I made one of those to
Oh, you
post.
made that?
Yeah.
That's great. You'll have to send that to me.
And also on
That
his
is such a perfect description of the movie, by the way.
I know. I mean, I just did it because I wanted to do something with it because obviously it's super popular right now.
Yeah, you
And
got our cover for this episode has to be Barbenheim or something.
I don't know if I saved it. That would suck. I might have. Oh yeah, never mind. That was a lot easier. I saved my camera roll.
The wedding dress dilemma.
It says, "Should I show Micah my wedding dress?" And it goes left and right, yes, no, and yes, and then it goes down. It says, "Try again," and then no, it says, "Correct."
That's funny.
And now I
That's
just send that to her every single time.
that's good. She's excited though. Wants to show you. She obviously really likes it, which is cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. That's so good. Yeah, Jenna wanted to show me a couple times, but obviously never did.
Yeah. So it's good though.
Yeah.
Then today we looked at some catering,
Do you have to get a
some
caterer from
photog.
that place, or oh no, because you're thinking about doing the food truck stuff?
Yeah, which we're not gonna do because it's expensive,
Gotcha.
more expensive.
Gotcha.
So they're not gonna do that. We were looking at um like Rip City something, Rip City Grill or something,
Hmm.
something like that. It was pretty good. It was like $23 a person.
That's not bad.
Which was like right at our budget about. It was like 500 over or something like that,
Oh,
400.
gotcha.
But we've been under in like a lot of places. So,
Gotcha. Nice.
and then looking at photographers.
Did you email the Bermans?
Nah, I didn't.
Oh,
We
okay.
found some other ones, and I was like, whatever. I just won't bother because I feel like they're gonna be too expensive.
There's a good
Um,
chance.
yeah.
Are you
So
gonna do video?
no.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I wouldn't do it if I could go back.
Yeah, I mean that's what we've heard. It's like they just don't look at the video. Like Addie was like, I just never gonna watch the video and like all this different stuff, and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah,
That makes sense.
that's what we decided. And I mean, we found some good ones,
Hmm.
some good photographers.
Yeah,
Put in for like two or three. Um, one of them we already know the price of, and it's like right at our budget, so we
gotcha.
could do her. But I want to do someone. My thing with the photography is I want to do someone that will be artistic
Ah, I see what you're
with
saying.
their pictures. Like I want some like classic timeless, but what I absolutely do not is I really just don't want it to be a full album of like super
You should look at.
basic cookie cutter wedding photos, same kind of like muted brown tones, and like everything looks everything looks basically the same as every other picture, and all the compositions are identical to every other wedding photographer's compositions. And so I've been looking for people who do a lot of like lived in kind of feeling photography and wedding photography with like blur and out of focus and
You
unique
should
compositions and people who are fun. And we found some good ones that have examples. So
look into Mad's Sellers
I completely forgot about her, to be honest.
because she's probably relatively, but she's. I mean, I'm looking at her stuff right now. She's artistic. And
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was
so
trying to think of all the wedding,
I would ask
or not
her.
weddings, just
Not that you have to
photographers.
use her, obviously, but like she's probably um pretty good about price and all these things. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and I do like her style. She's really, really good.
Yeah.
But
Like I want some of them to be like, yeah, it's like classic wedding stuff, but then I guess would be good.
her
Would
wedding
explain
started.
or
What's your budget? Her wedding starts at 3,000.
our budget's 3,200.
Gotcha.
But like I think it'll focus these things like that, super hazy,
Oh yeah, that's
or
cool.
like that,
That's yeah, like kind of paparazzi, kind of like
like that.
that's
But at
cool.
a wedding, like see, like that's not a conventional photo. The composition's super unique and cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That like
That's
these different kinds of. I love these pictures.
that's good. That's a local PNW person.
No, this one wasn't. I don't think that specific one, but
But that type of
actually
photo.
no. Actually, these all were. These
Oh,
are the ones that her friend, that was their photographer, and she's 3,200.
gotcha. That's cool.
So yeah,
That's sweet. So photographer.
pretty good.
Can you bring your own drinks?
What do you mean?
Like, do you have to
Like
pay for drinks?
we're providing beverages?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're providing beverages.
Is it extra at Cape Horn?
I don't. I mean, it might have a outside. I think it might have a fee, but it's like $200 or something like that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It's not like anything insane, but
Nice.
um, but yeah, they have like a bar space and all that kind of different stuff, and they know a bartender, so
Nice.
that's
That's real
that's
nice.
that's good.
Yeah.
Then I guess jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to done a few interviews,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to remember if I did one before.
You did one
I think
before for the
I
one
think
company in St. George.
oh yeah, that one. Yeah, they filled that.
Oh,
That's stupid.
that's dumb.
They had filled it already. So I think that like when I interviewed and she sent it over, I think they'd already filled it.
Mm,
That's what it sounded like.
that's lame.
So that sucks. But
Yeah.
then I got an interview at like a signage business, Timbuktu, Dallas. It's like an hour and a half away.
Jeez.
And so I got an interview there. I was like, and it's said 26 an hour, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll just go and we'll see if I can be like, you know, 2/3 remote, uh,
Right.
or not 2/3, like 2 days remote, 3 days in office or something like that to save on gas, something like that. So I drove out to that. It took freaking forever. It's an awful drive. Um, all for the dude didn't even interview me. He had like this young Indian guy interview me.
Hmm.
Um, who had he had a thick accent
That's so
and
funny.
was so hard to understand him. And he seemed like he was nervous to interview me.
Oh,
He kept
really?
stumbling over his words. And I mean, the dude asked for like my name, my email, my phone number, and all this different stuff that's like the dude already looked at on my
Hmm.
job application. But
Right.
the dude, I'm pretty sure I saw him dip like 5 minutes before the interview.
That's so weird.
Some dude came out of the building, and the building is not for customers. It, I mean, it was like door was open, no seating in the lobby. It's got like scrap parts all over the place, finished signs sitting up against the
Mm,
wall, like ready to be taken out.
right.
And like nothing on the walls. It's like completely empty and a mess.
Mm,
And so I saw this dude come out of that and
yeah.
get into like it was like it was either an Audi or uh, a Urus, one of the
Mm.
two.
Oh wow.
So really nice car.
Yeah, yeah,
And um so that was probably him, honestly.
yeah.
But so that's whatever. That's like the start of the crap show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a mess. And then he was like, so you have graphic sign experience? I'm like, what did you just ask me? Am I a sign designer?
I
Like
design things. I can put them on a
like
sign.
no, I'm a graphic designer. Like I have graphic design experience. I have done some like banners and menus and things like I've done some things that have been printed as signage.
Yeah,
But
right.
I'm not a sign designer, so I don't have
Yeah.
sign design experience. Like yeah, I have 3 years as a sign designer. Like what?
That's
And
so funny.
so it's so hard to get to all these different answers because I had to ask him to repeat himself and like
Yeah.
because I couldn't understand him, and on top of it, even once I did understand him, I was like, this can't be a real question.
Right. Of course.
And then he's like, so with freelance, um, it's like how much you usually charge? I was like 35. And the dude looked astonished. I don't know how much he's making, but he was so surprised.
Not
And
35.
not close to 35. And then he was like, so for so and I was like, I knew what he was gonna say. Didn't even say it. He was gonna ask me like, so what about for this job? Because it's like not 35. I was
Yeah.
like, job posting said 26, so I'm fine with that. He didn't even ask the question. Just answered it.
That's so funny.
And he was still surprised. He was like, it's like, oh, okay.
He's making like 15.
He's probably making like $10. And he's like, and I was like, so, and I couldn't like ask him anything. Like, like I couldn't, went there and I was going to ask for like compensation and things like that, and, like flexibility. I was like, I'm not going to work here unless I'm going to be like remote part time or get later hours or whatever. And
Yeah.
so I couldn't ask him anything.
Right.
Whatever. That whole thing was like 5 minutes. I drove an hour and a half both ways for
Oh.
5 minutes. I
Oh.
walked out so pissed. I get in the car. He calls me. He's like, I forgot to tell you it's 8 to 5. It's like, okay. And he's like, so I'm gonna pass this on to my boss, and if he will try to contact you if he wants to.
How would he know if he want to? He wasn't there.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, so if he does, he's like, could you can you start? When can you start? I was like, immediately. I was like, Monday, whatever. For. And he's like, so you could be here Monday if he wants to. And I was like, sure, why not? I haven't heard back from him, so
That's hilarious.
which I'm glad I haven't because I
Yeah.
would not have taken it.
Right. Because that's
Oh, it was like the most unprofessional experience I've ever had.
that's
I would
hilarious.
not recommend anyone to work there. I bet it's awful.
That's crazy.
Um, but then I mean, for local, I got an interview on Thursday. Yes, interview. It says it's an interview. But it's Amazon uh delivery.
Oh, nice.
So one opened up. They had like nothing near me, and then one opened up in Forward, so it's like 30 minutes away. And that makes like 18 an hour, so
Yeah.
that'll be good. And it's one of those. It's like you like go through the application, and it's like schedule your interview. So I'm guessing it's shouldn't be really an issue.
Yeah. So that's
Should
just
should probably just get it, but that's just for here temporarily, whatever. For however long. But then I've done 2 interviews with Bass Pro Shops
for what?
for graphics design,
That'd be sick. That'd
which is
that'd go crazy.
which is like really cool. But here's the thing. It is in Springfield, Missouri. So I would be in Springfield, Missouri
For
if I took it for like
oh,
1 to 2 years.
jeez. So you and Maddie have to move to Springfield, Missouri.
She would have to be there for like either not at all or
A
for like a
year.
year. So wouldn't really matter for her, but I'd be there by myself for a year or two.
That would suck.
I mean, I'd be there for a year by myself, minimum, but or max. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's good. There sounds like they want someone like me. The interviews went well.
Yeah.
I got to talk to it's for the club creative team, so it's like for their Bass Pro Shop club card, that kind of like sphere, all their deals and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and they're trying to like bring back digital design into that because they shifted all the digital work over to the main team because they had no like digital designers. All the designers like worked in print
Hmm.
only, like signage and
Like
uh,
clothes and all that.
catalogs.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, but they want to do like email drip campaigns and like landing pages for
Hmm.
different promotional things and all that kind of
Gotcha.
different stuff, plus the print stuff.
Gotcha.
So, and they're
Nice.
trying to transition over to Figma, which I've been working in
Hmm.
solely for the past 3 years, and they've been working in Adobe XD, which
Gotcha.
Adobe bought Figma, and Figma is just like the superior prototyping
Gotcha.
software or whatever. So that's good, but nothing. I mean, there's like nothing yet, nothing for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but
And that
they're
can't be remote.
no. I asked the dude. I met with the senior art director
And, wow,
for the
that's great.
department,
That's so
and
interesting.
yeah, which is yeah, isn't that weird?
Like I saw
Like
the.
for smaller companies, I've like met with less important people for hiring things, and then like for Baz Pro Shop, I met with the senior art director for the club creative, like for the whole club creative. It's dude in charge of all things art
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. Like,
That's pretty crazy.
but
Ooh.
uh, the next steps in the process or whatever, I talked to even more people that are like real important, like the
Wow.
head of the main team, the art director for the main team.
Wow.
That's not club, just Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, them,
Hmm.
the main dude, and then I think he's like the head of HR or something. But
Wow.
guess what? That happens in Springfield, Missouri. They fly me out
That'd be cool.
if that happens.
That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
Dude, the thing's insane. The
Really?
headquarters is 1 million square feet.
The Bass Pro Shops?
It's called Bass Pro Shops Base Camp. There's not really a lot of pictures. It's just a big building. But they have like an indoor nature walk that's like 0.3 miles long, he said. And I mean he said it's like a big,
They have a family health clinic there.
yeah, and like 24/7 gym and like basketball court and all that kind of different stuff. And
Bro,
then
that's lit.
you get up to 45% discounts on merchandise.
Bro. Oh my
And
gosh.
they obviously that's for Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's because they own both. And then they have like deals like the dude who founded Bass Pro Shops started this resort lodge that you get like benefits with and like all this different stuff. It's like, I mean,
Got
pretty
Dr. Maddie
insane.
if you get it.
I've already been talking to her about it,
What's
but
she
obviously
think?
there's nothing happening right now. I mean, she's just like whatever. Initially, she's always got strong opinions initially, one way or the other. That's how she always is.
Hmm.
When she hears something, she's either like very strongly yes or very strongly no.
Right,
And
for
then
sure.
she simmers and has, whatever. So she was very no. And then
Then it's
was
like,
like
oh, this is like
was
an
like
up.
she was like you're gonna trap me in Missouri. Like you're gonna like it and then you're gonna keep me there. And
No,
I'm not a tyrant, dude. This whole time I've been just talking about how I would never even consider taking the job unless you're fully behind it.
yeah, and but while the whole time looking for something where you could be where you want to be.
I was like, exactly. I was like, I don't want to live in Missouri, dude. What do you
Why would
mean?
you want to live in Missouri?
Missouri's not my dream state. I've never been there. I don't want to live in the Midwest. That's not appealing to me. Although
Jo-
it is like 45 minutes from the Ozarks, which is like really pretty. So it's
Mhm.
not like ugly. Like it's actually like pretty nice place, and it's like 3 hours from Kansas City, 3 hours from St. Louis,
Yeah.
and 7 hours from Nashville. And
That's
so
a,
it's not a bad place to live, to be
right.
working for, but I don't want to stay there by any means.
Right. Of course.
That's not my plan or
You don't want to do that.
anything. So yeah, and then but she was just like, you know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. And she's like, I'd follow you anywhere, Micah.
That's adorable.
I was like, thanks, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie. Uh, that's 30 minutes outside of where Josh just lived for 2 years, 3 years.
Oh, really?
He
Yeah, 'cause
lived
was
Bolivar.
was he in Missouri?
Yeah, Bolivar,
Oh,
Missouri.
yeah. Yeah. I thought he was in Arkansas, which is south. That's where the Ozarks mostly are.
It's like an 8 hour drive to mom and dad.
Yeah, it's only like 8 hours back here.
That's not bad either.
It's got Kentucky too. Kentucky's got some cool places. I don't know about Western Kentucky. Obviously, that'd be the closest, but
29 hours to Washington. That's light.
that's light. It's also 8 hours to Minneapolis.
See, that's sick too.
She was like, that was one of the things she said. She's like, but if we end up doing this, I'm not gonna become a Chiefs fan. And I was like, I hate the Chiefs. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Why would you be a
no.
Chiefs fan? And then she was like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be one of those people. And I was like, well, great, you don't have to be, because guess what? We're only 8 hours from the Vikings.
That's great. That's so funny.
So
That's
yeah,
nice, nice, nice.
it was awesome. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good. I mean, other than that, I haven't watched that much. That's because when I got back, I had like 2 weeks of YouTube I hadn't watched.
Hmm.
And
Did you watch the whole Penny series?
I did. I watched the whole Penny series.
It's good. I liked it.
It was good. It wasn't as good, but always good when it's his videos.
He's just a good
Um,
YouTuber.
he is. So is his wife.
I watched
like
her
three.
too.
I watched like 3 videos today.
The reading videos, or
Yeah,
like
I
her
started
vlog
watching the
and her
reading ones.
vlogs.
But yeah, the in my 20s, I watched like the past two, like the one about her when he's gone, and then the one
When
about
he's
when
back,
he's back. And I was like, dude, she's a good YouTuber. Like
they're
these are
both
entertaining videos.
just lovely people. They're
Yeah,
both Christians, which obviously is why they're so like kind spirited. But oh man, you take the ability to be able to be a YouTuber and then that quality. Oh my goodness.
I just gotta get Maddie into it, dude. That'd be
I,
the perfect thing. Is like when we move in together and just watch Ryan Trahan and her
hey,
videos.
and Haley fam, yeah, dude.
Haley fam, dude,
She's
and
probably my
watch
favorite
her.
girl YouTuber.
She already watches her though. She said she watches her TikToks about
She,
books,
dude, she's great. She's
and
great.
she's like, I love her.
That's awesome. Ryan's
She's
the
great.
best. Ryan is. Oh, I
Yeah,
love Ryan Trahan.
yeah, they're both
I'm
awesome.
I'm working on a uh video essay podcast episode for Redeeming Reels about the storytelling in Ryan Trahan's videos
Nice.
because he's a Christian and he's because that's similar. It's not a movie, but he creates movie like experiences. So
Yeah, definitely.
I was
So
thinking,
that and the COD lobbies have been back. So I've been playing BO2.
oh, because you got the pass.
Well, no, it's not on Game Pass yet. I already had BO2. I bought it on Steam for like $5
Mm,
when it was on sale and for zombies.
mm,
And but it comes with everything. So I've been playing multiplayer again, and they got rid of like all the like there's still only like 200 people playing at like the peak, like 250.
mm-hmm.
But like you can get into games pretty easily, and if you just stay in the game, you just stay in the game,
You just
and
keep playing with the same
you just
people,
keep playing with the same people, so you just like have the same experience
and
or
they
whatever.
fixed the hacker stuff, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's no hackers,
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
which is solid. But it's gonna be fire when it gets on Game Pass because the lobbies are gonna be popping, dude.
I'm gonna get Game Pass when that happens. I might play video games again.
Dude, it's been so fun. I've been
I
grinding
bet.
back. I took my DSR to like it's almost gold already in
Oh
a
wow,
day.
that's nice.
I did that in a day, and then I got the ballista,
Uh
and
huh.
I'm like, that was today.
Just playing
And
TDM and stuff.
yeah, TDM is the only. No other game mode has any players.
Gotcha, 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 gotcha.
It's just like 250 people online. Everybody plays TDM. Um, and, but almost taking that all the way to gold. which means I'm almost halfway to diamond for
That's amazing.
snipers in
That's
like 2
amazing.
days.
That's awesome. I love that.
So
That's
yeah,
so
that's
good.
super fun. Yeah,
Sweet.
that's what I've been up to. Something
Yeah.
light. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We need to get back into like a rhythm.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
but nice, dude. That's exciting. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Um Me, I mean, obviously we were at the canal, fun, very good time. And then the real big, I went to camp. Um, I went to camp so we left on freaking Saturday at noon and came back Thursday. So it was like 6 days, in some way 6 days. Um, came back Thursday morning, the next Thursday morning. Um, but yeah, dude, it was fun. It was cool. So there was probably 350 students there. I want to say there's like 80 leaders. It was because there's probably 15 churches. I want to say there. So but super unique camp experience. Honestly, like our place, like where we were at, basically the camp that has all these cabins, and if you walk further up the hill, and we're at the very top, which was kind of a hassle. I mean, it was like steep. It was like you're walking, and like the first 2 days, it was like my legs hurt type thing. Like I got better, obviously, um, but it was like a long hallway, like basically dorm hallway of rooms, and it was completely air conditioned. Had a shower and a bathroom in the like little dorm thing with all the bunk beds. So that was nice. Um,
That is
because
nice.
it was like hot and then you just go into this cool, like always cold, like always cold. So that was just fantastic. Um, but it was really unique because obviously it's a bunch of churches going, and a bunch of churches bring leaders and then obviously students. But they also had camp staff, so like the, the convention, the conference, whatever you want to call it, they have their own staff of like 20 people. They have a full band, the camp speaker, the MC, and then like Bible study leaders and like admins. But Bible study leaders was interesting because in the mornings we'd have like worship, and then like a mini like here's what we're talking about today from the pastor, and then they would send the students. They were broken up into groups, and which is like their comp teams as well, like by grade, and then they'd send them to their Bible study leaders for an hour and a half. And we'd stay back in the auditorium, all the leaders, like all the church leaders, not the Bible study leaders, all the church leaders, and then we'd have adult Bible study for that hour and a half, which was like super cool because the pastor was like, you're gonna hear the same things. I'm not gonna talk about the same things. You're different point in life. We're gonna talk about other things. And so we got these whole other bonus stuff on top of everything we talked about in like the main sessions. I forgot. I'm actually wearing the shirt. But so that was cool. And then you had like rec time, which is like comp, which I didn't have to go to if I didn't want to because we weren't on comp teams. We just could go watch them if we wanted to watch. So it was like an hour of like, maybe. And then they did something called track time, where it's like you have like a bunch of breakouts. Like they call them breakouts, as in like you could float the river, you could go play football, basketball, and it's with the same Bible study leaders. They were in charge of like an activity, basically. There was like classes, there's art, there's journaling. There's 20 plus things. Okay. And during that time, that hour and a half as well, is your student is no longer your priority for this hour and a half. Like I was like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, go take a nap. And I was like, for real? They're like, you can go watch if you want to. You can participate if you want to. But if you like want to go shower when there's no kids around and you want to lay down or you want to read or you want to
pass by.
And so like every day, like one day I went floating the river with my students because I wanted to float the river too, because that's what they chose to do. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds fun. But every other day I'd go shower. It took like a 30-minute shower every day. Just put on some music, I'd lay in bed, I'd listen to a podcast. I just relaxed. It was so nice. And I was exhausted at the end of camp, but if I didn't have that, oh, I can't even imagine. Um,
Yeah, that's crazy.
it was like,
That's super cool.
but you can't do that if it's just your sole church going. There's no way you can do that, obviously.
Exactly.
But other than that, like free time was fun. There was like a giant slide. I mean, you're playing a bunch of games. You know, the river. The worship was like crazy. Like just some of the best worship I've heard in a while. The camp speaker was, I mean, phenomenal. Like, think of like every, I don't know how to say it. Like, he's just an incredibly gifted speaker, but also he was so humble and meek and relatable and just, I mean,
That's super cool.
it was super sweet. He like told me, I was talking to him, he recommended me this book to read. He's like, this is the greatest book I've ever read that's not the Bible. I haven't started it, but I went and bought it.
Better than the Bible.
Other than the Bible.
Better than the Bible.
It's better than the
Read
Bible.
it right now. Better than the Bible.
But so that was, it was cool. That was really fun. Yeah, so overall camp was good. And might be the craziest thing. So you have like worship at night, like your sessions. You have a session, worship, a message, worship. Then you go to like small group time. It's like an hour and a half or whatever. Then you have like a late night thing. That's like everybody comes back, you play a game. And the last night there was like a talent show, things like that. But during that hour, huh?
I said, of course.
But during that hour and a half of church, it was called church group devotions or like small group time. You could leave the camp to go into town. So the first night we went to Walmart and went crazy, which was funny. But then like the last night we went to a milkshake, like an ice cream place, and we all got milkshakes and ice cream and all this stuff. But because you came as a church, and as if your leader decides, yes, we're going to take them off campus, that means you're in charge of them, obviously, and you're responsible for them, obviously. And so I was like, do you guys want to go? Yeah, obviously. And so, yeah, it was just so weird. It was so weird. So we just drove 20 minutes into town and like got ice cream and like.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, so
I would have killed for something like that. Obviously, camp's really cool, but like this kind of flexibility is, I mean,
it was nothing like I've ever seen.
Really unique. That's super cool.
Yeah, so it was super fun. The talent show was hilarious. I mean, there was a brother-sister duo that did a parody of Peaches, the Jack Black song, but they made it Christian, so it was like Jesus, 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 Jesus. And like, I mean, people just lost their minds, man. It was funny. There was there's a bunch of them that were just funny and, you know, whatever. But one of them was like, he called himself Mustard Seed, and he's like, I'm going to show you different ways how to use mustard other than the normal way. And he was like, he had his friends on stage too. And I mean, it was hilarious. Like, use it as sunscreen, use it as like hair gel, use it as hair wash, use it as face wash. And then the last one, he's like, use it as like deodorant. He does it, and he's just holding his arms up like this. And there's mustard everywhere, right? And the guy obviously knows what's happening, but he's pretending like he's wrapping up, like, this is the fine. This is what it is. Thank you for coming. Well, you know, he's playing it off really funny. And this kid, you hear this like stomping, and this kid runs from backstage, and he's got 2 pieces of bread, and he swipes the kid's armpits with the mustard, slaps it together, and takes a bite. And I mean, people lost their mind. It was hilarious. It was gross, but like, I was cracking up. It was so funny. But so that's just hilarious. Seeing, you know, high schoolers and middle schoolers just goof around and pray and worship and do all that fun stuff. It was just cool. It was really fun.
Definitely.
I'm still recovering. I'm tired still. Like, I've been sleeping until like 10 a.m. since I got back. And gosh. So I preached 2 weeks ago when you guys were here. Mm-hmm. I don't think I told you this. On like Tuesday or Wednesday at camp, I get a text from Jim, and he's like, his mother-in-law passed away. which is sad. But they knew it was coming. It wasn't like sudden. But that means that they had to fly to Ohio because where she wanted to be buried. And so he texts me. He's like, "Can you preach on Sunday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I can." I didn't have my laptop. I didn't have anything. I literally wrote a sermon in this thing with just my Bible and my phone. And yeah, I preached on Sunday. So like I got home and didn't get to rest because I worked on Thursday, Friday, Saturday on a sermon. So,
Oh, wow.
which it ended up being really, really good. Apparently, I thought it sucked, but people came up to me and were like, "Wow, right, that was amazing," and I was like, "All right, cool,
Whatever.
cool." There was someone that came up to me crying, like they're like, "Right, your words really." I'm like, "Dude,
Sure.
okay." So, which is good. That means it's not me, which is obviously a good thing. But,
Oh yeah, definitely.
so I mean, I'm so tired. Like I still been like my body's still like, oh, you're still gonna be awake. Like last night, I like was up till like 12:31 because I was just awake, and then this morning, I just first time I wake up isn't like 7, it's like 9:45, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I'm usually pretty good about not sleeping till that late anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So and obviously, yeah, I participated in Barbenheimer, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Um, I've watched a good amount of stuff. Um, Brighton accidentally bought 2 Julio Rodriguez Funko Pops, so he gave me one, which I was like, I'm like, that's cool. I've bought a bunch of movies. I'm up to 31. I own 31 movies.
Nice.
Which I haven't spent a lot of money to either, but um, and then yeah, I mean, it's been like the last couple of days has been not a lot. Brian and I hung
Yeah.
out. Oh, my so I my next tattoos that I'm getting. I want to get like Stand by Me, After Sun, Good Will Hunting, maybe one other type. Like honestly, Oppenheimer at this point. I'm so like just my favorite movies, favorite scenes from those movies. I was trying to think of a way to do it on like my thigh, and I want to do like the box thing where they put the scene in like a square, and this is the only thing I could find, but it kind of like this,
Yeah.
where it's like boxy, but do it on my thigh or maybe things like that. I think that'd be super cool. So I've been
That would be cool. Yeah.
planning that. So that way I can make it small enough where it's cheap enough, and also get it can mesh well together versus like what I had. The idea I had before was not that meshed. So,
Yeah. No. Definitely.
but
I mean, yeah, it's been an
it's been a
eventful
lot.
time.
The
I
last
think
3 weeks have been so much.
Oh
But
yeah, definitely.
it's been
Sunday.
this coming
This is
Sunday.
no last Sunday. This
Oh,
is probably one of the crazier things. We had a absolute jump scare at church.
ju- oh, did Mom say something about this?
He,
I
we had
might
a
have heard
celebrity a part of our uh a part of our message.
celebrity.
Yeah, right now we're in like the summer like story series or whatever, where it's got like people from the church
Uh huh.
coming up and talking about their story and stuff and giving messages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the one that was this week is ex NFL player, quarterback. So our guest person, it was about this guy's story, and it's Art Briles, like one of the greatest football coaches of all time, the Baylor head coach.
That's who
That
spoke.
coach, that coach, he was is about his story. So like the ex NFL player sat up there with him and like talked about his story and all this sort of stuff because
Wow.
he got dragged into this Baylor like sexual assault
Oh yeah.
allegation thing or whatever, and so he got brought into that and got fired. So
Oh
it
wow.
was, and he was like, so he talked about how awful he like felt and all this,
Mm-hmm.
he felt like this burden or whatever
Mm-hmm.
about his name being tarnished and his kids and grandkids living with the Briles name or whatever. So it was all about identity,
Mm.
you know, redemption, redemptive identity in Christ, that kind of deal.
Right.
Your heavenly name, not your earthly name.
Right. This guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Art Browse.
Yeah.
He's considered to be one of the best football coaches ever.
Yeah.
He innovated offense in football.
Mm.
Absolutely insane. He started in Stephenville, then he went to Houston and revived Houston's football program from being defunded to winning a championship in like 2 years, and then went to Baylor and coached
For a while.
RG3, this dude, and the guy from our church or whatever. He played for the Eagles, so he's like he knows a bunch of people.
Wow, that's crazy.
So like he was talking about texting Andy Reid, and
gosh, that's crazy.
Because he played for the
Casually.
Eagles when Andy Reid coached, and he's one of the quarterbacks. He was backup quarterback for like Mike Vick,
Like Vick and McNabb, and
which is I think the reason why like last summer Mike Vick spoke at one of our events. He gave a message when we were gone.
That's crazy.
Which sucks.
That's so wild.
But yeah, so he gave a message or whatever. But yeah, but and Case Keenum, I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
Was the other QB in the quarterback room at Houston with Art Briles, and then the dude, his name's like Chris Kopp or something like that. So
that's crazy.
It was pretty wild, and he's walked out on stage, and I was like, "That's freaking Art Briles."
That's so funny. That's crazy. That's so cool. That's what happens when you're at a like decently big church in Texas.
I know you got some people. It was just, but honestly, I mean, yeah, definitely like stuff like that. But I feel like most of it's just like luck. Like this dude's just from Stephenville, the ex NFL player. So he came back here and found Stonewater after he retired.
Right.
Because he's from here, and then he knows, obviously, this Art Briles because he played for him at Stephenville and then played for him at Houston, and then he knows how it's like Andy Reid. He played with and then Michael Vick, and he's like, so he just knows these people.
Yeah,
it's just so crazy.
Right, that's crazy. That's so cool. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, that is. But yeah.
Right, let's get out of the week recap.
Well, it's a good week. There's not a lot to talk about. So, so first, Twitter rebranded to X. I don't know why.
My 2 cents. I don't like the logo. So
the logo also is just.
I don't know. Like I don't know what you're gonna do, but it's like that's like the most basic thing you could ever think of. It's got like no purpose at all, like no hidden purpose. There's nothing. It's literally just an X.
And they got rid of the bird.
Yeah,
like it's Twitter.
That's what I'm saying. It's Twitter. Twitter had a brand identity, it had a purpose. Like you're tweeting,
and like no one's gonna call it
Twitter. On Twitter, you tweet. It's bird icon. Like the branding made sense. It was good branding.
It was iconic.
Logo maybe a little bare, like.
But minimum. It's been the logo forever. But, like, who cares?
Now that it's been the logo now, it's considered a great logo because it's so memorable.
Yeah,
this is literally just an X. Like, they just picked a font, took one of the lines of the X, and made it thicker.
And added some stripies.
And what are they going to... What are they... I just sent out an X. Like, well... Do you still tweet?
I'm Xing.
Do you still tweet? If you still tweet, it's like, what's the point?
Not to mention, there's a very, 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 very popular adult film website that starts with X.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? Like, it's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And I don't know what his obsession
with changing things is. It's so weird.
But he's got SpaceX, now he's got X, and then he's got Tesla, and then the Tesla logo is just a T.
Yeah, it's. Didn't he create Boring Company?
I think so.
Well, he's got boring names, so.
Yeah.
For camp, I went to H&M and bought a pair of like shorts that they're like Patagonia, like water shorts / not water. They're like mixed, but the name of the company, whatever they were, I thought was cool. It's called Boring Pals. I just think that's a cool name for a company that makes like swimwear or whatever.
That is cool.
But okay, so the writers and actors are striking, and there's so much discourse about this on like, even granted, like 15 people listen to us, so I don't think it matters. But like, are you supposed to, as a podcast, promote struck companies? Are you supposed to talk about movies? And like the consensus is like you can if you don't want to, if you're not in the actors or the writers guild, which we're not. So, um, but I think like out of solidarity, we should always be like, you know, we side with the actors and writers, and we're not talking like, for those listening, like Dad, if you listen to this, because you might be somebody who doesn't look into it as deeply. Let's just say this is not for the Matt Damons and the Margot Robbies and the Cillian Murphys. They make plenty of money. This is for like 87% of every other, or the 99% of every other actor that makes less than $25,000 a year type thing. Like, it's, they're striking for them, not for themselves. You know.
Yeah.
And so we'll probably put in, like, every time I write a description, I'll probably write a statement about, I think there's a statement I have screenshotted. It's like, this was podcasted during the blah 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 strike, and without this, without the writers and actors on strike of this movie, we could not be creating this content. Like, basically out of solidarity, being like, we support the writers and the actors, of course, and it's stupid. The companies are what they're trying to. Did you hear about some of the things
I support trees.
Trees.
I think that trees deserve to have the tops.
Yeah, right. Did you see what the studios wanted to do with actors? One of them.
I mean, that's kind of a vague thing to say, but
The
maybe
AI
in
thing.
terms of deep faking.
Well, like, yeah, scanning their entire body, paying them for a
and
day's
not
work, and
one
then
time, and then using them never again.
that's wild. That's
And
awful.
for background actors. Literally,
Yes.
you pay background actors one time, they become digital assets, and then never get paid again, and get used for like every movie.
And you never get paid again. If you paid you, whatever. But like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Insanity. Especially when these, how much more was it? It was like, what percentage more did the corporate owners make more than their lowest? It was like a ridiculous amount more.
Oh, the proposal for, I think it was the actors. I don't know if it's the actors or writers, but the proposal by the guild, by SAG, would only cost the studios $27 million a year. I want to say. I'm like, that's a Tuesday afternoon for Warner Brothers. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you can't pay that? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually insane. It's pretty ridiculous. There should be like, it's just so dummy to not give like basic, like, these are like basic things. Like, hey, you can't steal my job with the computer.
Yeah. Well,
please. And they're like, nah.
And it's like,
can't do that.
Pay people, like, especially like the writers and especially the actors, like, what they deserve. Like, I'm not saying they should be all billionaires, but like, they should be making a wage where they could live and support for their families, and like, they're contributing. Like, nobody walks out of the movie theater, Barbie was so sick, Warner Brothers killed it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't walk out of
all they do is fun.
You don't walk out of Oppenheimer saying the studio that produced this, wow. No, you say, wow, Christopher Nolan wrote this well, or wow, look how well these actors were. Like, it's not about the studio.
Oppenheimer, I would say, however, has been more. There's been talks about studios, because the big comparison has been the $150 million budget for Secret Invasion versus $100 million budget for Oppenheimer.
It's crazy, actually.
Which is like insane. So we were talking about, like, it's actually insane that, like, Marvel's
screwing the pitch.
Can't produce something like that. Was like one of the, okay, well, like, we'll talk about it later, but like, it was one of the best movies ever made.
It's
$50 million left. Like, literally cut out a third of the budget of a TV show.
And they're making it's making some. I mean, we're about to get there, but it's making back. For what it is, I have a whole thing about the whole Barbie Oppenheimer. Like, Barbie's making
billions, bro.
Obviously, but it's also PG-13 in an hour and a half. Like, what do you want? Oh, the fact that like theaters are full because of like Oppenheimer showing still is like insane. I'm sorry, it's like crazy.
Nah, it is insane. It was really good.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about it. But regardless, Mike and I was kind of speaking on behalf of both of us, but yeah, we both believe the writers should be paid, the actors should be paid. It's not that crazy of an ask, and movies are going to be affected by this. I mean,
But actually, the big news is that this is only for like big movie studios. So like A24 is still producing movies,
because they
and they
can.
can, and they're paying them. They're paying the actors and writers what they're asking for from the big corporations.
Yeah.
So indie
Indie companies can still make
indie
movies.
studios are going to be making banger movies with.
Yeah. It's going to be the only things that can come out. Because if you're in SAG or if you're in the Writers Guild of America, you can work for only those few companies.
Which really sucks for these big companies because these big budget guys have already been getting slapped in the face by A24 and other studios like that. So
it's
now
true.
that they're not even going to be making movies and they're just going to be dealing the movie theaters, dude.
Yeah, but there could, in the next couple years, it could cause a very few movies to come out in which we're just going to be talking about old movies all the time. That's what every podcast is going to be. But no, yeah. So they should pay them. It's not that crazy. I don't understand.
It's not. It's really not that hard.
I don't. I really don't get it if I'm being honest. But there's the Venice Film Festival is in September, and they have a list of films that are premiering. Ferrari, that's Michael Mann, and Adam Driver's the star. Hitman, I forget who's doing it, but Glenn Powell's the lead. Priscilla, we've talked about that movie before. Maestro, this is the Bradley Cooper movie.
Wait, Glenn Powell is the star of Hitman?
Of
Is this like an adaptation of the game Hitman, like the bald dude in a suit? Or is it just a Hitman movie?
It's a cop working undercover as the most in-demand hitman in Houston breaks protocol in order to help a desperate woman escape her abusive boyfriend. It's directed by Richard Linklater, which is interesting.
Oh, gotcha.
Because he's great, but I feel like he doesn't make these type of movies.
Yeah.
He makes like Dazed and Confused, the Before trilogy, and frickin' Boyhood and School of Rock. Like he's making a thriller. It's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
Maestro, Bradley Cooper, The Killer, which is Fincher, and Michael Fassbender, which is W. And then Poor Things is also being premiered with that's the Yorgos what's his face. He's brilliant, so I'm excited. Mm-hmm. That movie got delayed to December 8th though.
Dang.
Which sucks. But this was interesting. So Kenneth Branagh, he directed the Thor movie. You'd recognize him. He's a decently famous guy. He's reportedly set to direct a live-action Gargoyles, which I forgot about Gargoyles until this news came out. Which I like vividly remember watching this show. But apparently
I remember that.
And it was good. I remember liking it. They were all buff. Yeah, it was interesting. But apparently he might direct a movie for that. Hans Zimmer is doing the score for The Creator, which just might be the greatest movie of all time. That movie looks so good, dude. Oh my gosh.
The sci-fi greater than crazy.
Oh, it looks so good. Seeing that trailer in IMAX, oh my goodness, it was just wild. And I saw the Dune trailer in IMAX, dude, so good. But last, Barbenheimer is doing numbers. Barbie opened with 337 million on the weekend worldwide, and Oppenheimer opened with, I want to say, 175.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Where is it? Yeah, 175. One of the highest opening weekends for a rated R movie ever. But context matters. Oppenheimer, rated R, 3 hours, a war epic or war drama epic. Barbie, not 3 hours. Huge IP, and PG-13. Which one's gonna make more money? Obviously, Barbie's gonna make more money. Duh. Of course.
Yeah, it's got a bigger audience.
It's more impressive the amount of money Oppenheimer's making, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
But we'll talk about the movies and what we like, or at least definitely Oppenheimer later on. But
I can talk about Barbie. I just sent out a pawn to watch it for me. Maddie.
so she just watched it.
She watched it
What'd
like
she
the other
think?
day. That's what I'm saying. Like I can talk about it later.
Oh, okay,
I'll
gotcha.
just
I'm
I'll just
very
carry
curious.
her opinion.
I'm very curious because she's a woman, and that's obvious. Like,
That's why it's worth talking about.
well, I wonder. That makes me so interested. But, um, yeah, in honor of Christopher Nolan, I think he might be my favorite director now.
Possible. I haven't
'Cause
seen everything he's made.
I watched Memento and The Prestige. So,
Yeah, I didn't. So I only have
um,
7 movies I've seen.
oh well, that's fine. But yeah, just so we're doing a Christopher Nolan ranking. Um, so we're doing that. We'll give our top 5 Christopher Nolan films, and yeah. I'll just say my 9 and 10. I've seen 10. My 9 is Dark Knight Rises. My 10 is Tenet.
And what's your 8?
And my number 8 is I think is it's a hot take in general. I have Memento. I have it at a 4-star. It's good. It's super complex. It's got obviously twists and turns. It's like a trip to watch. But it's super good. Great storytelling, great performances. Just not my favorite. I don't know. Probably wasn't in the right mood when I watched it.
Maybe.
But
Possible.
very possible.
So yeah, my first one. So my 7 I got is The Dark Knight Rises.
Which in no way is bad.
No, it's not.
Quite
Definitely
good
not.
actually.
Yeah, it is.
My number 7, and this is like my 7 on is 4.5 up. Like these are fantastic movies. Like
My 5 is 4.5, I think up. Maybe
okay.
4. It might be a 4. I don't know what I have it at, but it's a good movie. So next.
But my
Next video.
7 is Batman Begins actually, which feels weird to put it so low, but I hold these other movies very very high. And I love them. So, but Batman Begins is like just one of the best origin stories in comic books, and Nolan does a great job with it.
Yeah.
Gotham was represented so well, so well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, my number 6, Tenet.
I like Tenet.
I think it's good. It's just definitely very, very confusing and hard to follow.
Yeah, it's like a deconstruction of a modern action movie,
Yeah.
which he's got a tendency to do those type of things.
Yep.
My 6 is I think it's the only the other one that you haven't seen. I think I have Dunkirk.
Yeah.
This could go up to a 5-star for me. I think it's brilliant. I started making a list of movies I want to rewatch because I think they could go up to 5 stars. Because I took a bunch. I took like 15 movies off my 5-star rankings recently, and so I want to rewatch them to see should this actually be here. But Dunkirk's awesome. Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, like it's a deconstruction of a modern war movie, and I think it's done super well. So
Yep. Yeah, my number 5 in the top 5. I got Batman Begins. Like I said, it's a great origin story. I actually really like the movie, honestly, in terms of comic book movies. I think it's a really good movie. I love Scarecrow.
It's one of Cillian Murphy, one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So good. My 5 is Inception. obviously a trip to watch.
Yeah,
Um, it's his, it's his pinnacle of wacky kind of mismatched timeline stuff and what's going on. And but I mean, obviously, it's great. Um, I'm lower on it than most, but it's one of the movies I want to rewatch. So it's still fantastic.
yeah. I mean, in terms of Nolan movies, though, you're right there. That's my number four.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
There's not a lot to say there.
Nope.
My number four is my most recent one that I watched besides Oppenheimer. It's The Prestige. And this is you would love this. It is so good. Like the twists are really really good, but you can track with it, and like the vibe is really cool. But then it's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman like going at it the whole time, and then you add like um, Michael Caine and Scarlett Johansson. Like it's oh my gosh, was it really really good? So um,
That's sweet.
I I loved it. It was so so good. So I was actually not expecting to like it, but it was brilliant.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
My number three I have is The Dark Knight.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Um,
It's great. I mean, one of the best comic book movies of all time. One of the best acting performances of all time.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, I mean, enough said. Still two more better than it though.
I yeah, I get it. My number three is Interstellar. Um,
Wrong.
not that to say this movie is not amazing because this movie is amazing.
I love
Uh,
how many people agree with me on TikTok though about Interstellar. Anything about Interstellar, people are like, people in the comment. It's always every time it's like in 50 years it's gonna be one of the greatest. Remember, it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
it is.
And
I agree. I
I'm
completely
like,
agree with you.
W. Yep,
I
exactly.
completely agree
Best
with you.
movie ever made.
I agree with you. It's gonna be remember. It's incredible. Sci-fi wise, it's just. I mean, just an achievement in what it became, and I love the whole meme. Did you know that 1 second here is this time? It's so good. But no, great. Obviously, I know how much you love it, but it's fantastic.
Yep. My number two is Oppenheimer, the most recent,
Yeah,
which I'll say nothing about.
yeah. My number two is The Dark Knight. Actually, what's there to be said? It's incredible. It still holds up. I think it's the third best comic book movie ever, which is weird to say because for so long it was the best. Um, but yeah, I mean, what more do you want? Actually, what I want is that I want them to create a good black and white poster because all my posters are black and white, but this stupid Dark Knight one, and it really bugs me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna send you a picture. It anchors me. My
Can't can't you do your own posters?
Yeah, I can, but there's no like good black and white
I
one
know, but
of the.
can't you upload them?
Oh, I have no idea. Um, but I it kills the vibe of my whole entire
Because
ranking.
if you can upload them, you could just take it. You could just take one off there and make it black and white, or uh, probably find one that's black and white online.
Like there is a black and white one, but it's just not that good on here. But I just sent you a picture of it.
No, I feel less bad then.
It's just
Uh,
crap.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah,
I don't. I think an ugly black and white one would probably still look better.
probably. But I just don't want to do it because it's a floating head poster. But
And
yeah,
then my number one's Interstellar
why?
because it's the best movie ever made,
Yeah, you do think that's the best movie ever made. Do you think it's the best movie ever made? Or is it I know it's your favorite.
in my opinion.
Yeah. It's up
I mean,
there.
that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's up there. I still think 2001's the best movie ever made, but
Yeah.
it's nowhere. It's not as enjoyable to watch as Interstellar. And my number one is Oppenheimer. You'll
It's
learn.
the bomb.
It's the bomb for sure, dude. That whoever did the CGI like thing of like the exploding the Barbie theater. It's like the atomic bomb will return. It's so good.
I love that video.
It's so funny. But also, I deleted TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram off of my phone. And so,
Really?
yeah, Brighton and I did it. I was like,
I'm
just,
gonna delete Twitter because I literally never use it.
I use Twitter on my laptop and my
I have
computer.
honestly have a question. Um, do you see yourself moving to Facebook ever?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So I feel like I'm getting into Facebook, dude. I'd be on it for Facebook Marketplace all the time, and then now
Yeah,
I'm just like, I just be looking at Facebook, bro.
that's so,
I can't even lie. I'm just not gonna lie to you. I used to clown at the people who use Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old.
if they stop feeding
Because
me certain videos, I'd be more fine with it. You know?
yeah, and maybe it's like maybe it's just the personal level of it because I don't follow anybody like for any kind of like people who use Facebook follow like I mean it's the same thing with Instagram, sports accounts, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
which I just don't follow. So like
For
anything I
sure.
see is just people I know,
Right. Of
and it's
course.
like 100 people, and if I don't, if there's nothing new, I'm just on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah, I mean that is what it is.
Yeah.
That just reminded me though, I have the craziest post lined up for the proposal pictures, dude.
Oh,
Because
really?
I made a carousel.
Oh, like that just goes crazy.
See if it'll focus. But I like designed it all. It has wildflowers like stamped all over it. Dude,
Okay, I kind of got a glimpse.
I wish you could see it. But yeah, and then
Is
it
this
just cycles through. And they're
is it the
all
photos that Jenna took?
yeah, they're all Jenna's.
All Jenna's. Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's like
That's cool.
I can actually I don't even that was mostly just for the pod though, because I can just send it to you. I have a video that I sent to Maddie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I gotta wait. So like, I'm not putting this on my. I don't think I want to put this on my Insta if it's just me. It's like I'll do it if I collaborate with it. If she didn't want to collaborate on it, I was just gonna put it on my design one because I feel like
Oh,
it's kind of girly for my main thing. If
that's
it's like on
true.
my design thing, I'm like it's design, so it's like whatever.
It's
It's
design.
artistic. But
Yeah.
then if it's on my main, it's like it's a little bit girly. But then it's like I ain't trying to be that extra.
It's a little too much spice. A little too much.
Exactly.
It's too much
A little,
zest.
a little too much zest.
It's like Carl Anthony Towns is like, of course. That video.
Of course.
Yo, that's crazy. That's
Yes.
so funny.
Funny. That's a little bit of a tangent.
No, that's good.
What is the acceptable age to switch to Facebook? Stick it in the comments.
Yeah, please. Actually, I might get back on the grind. Yo, what if we just revive Facebook for Gen Z? That'd be sick.
Oh my gosh, dude, we have to. You know how sick that would be?
If
Oh
we just
my
start
gosh,
using
let's
Facebook.
just take over Facebook.
I'm gonna download Facebook. That's the only social media I'm gonna do.
But not as Facebook. So we got like Instagram and not Instagram. It's not just Instagram on a different app. Okay, Instagram, leave it alone. It's whatever. It's turned into so much.
No,
garbage.
but you gotta take a whole deep dive to revitalize all your likes, your interests, your photos. You gotta rebrand. You gotta rebrand your Facebook, dude. That'd be sick.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Just create an entirely new way to use Facebook. Like an entirely new usage. Like that's not normal. That's what we need to do.
Yo, that's
the
gonna.
new.
I'm
That's the new way.
I'm so down.
Turn Facebook into like a mix between like
Twitter and
literally just,
Instagram.
like, yeah, Twitter, Instagram, and like Be Real, like all like just open posting
my gosh.
conversation. Throw a little bit of Reddit in there, just like discussion.
Yo, I'm gonna post every movie review on Facebook.
Just gonna do it all.
I'm just gonna do it because they got groups. I'm gonna poke people. If poking's still a thing, I'm gonna poke people. And groups, create Facebook groups. It's got it all, man.
Dude, and it would be so interesting too to do it because like no one in our generation really like understands Facebook. Like there's so
Nah,
many features and things like that we could probably do
you can
such
add
like
hobbies.
unique things with. It'd be
Yeah,
so interesting to see
yeah.
a Facebook revitalization with our generation. That
I'm
would be
gonna,
crazy.
dude. That's so great. Because then you can, yeah, you could post life events, videos, check-ins, photos, all your friends, obviously, sporting things, movies. What's the movie section? You
Just
can log.
hit up
You can log movies.
exactly.
That's crazy.
But you can just hit up the friend group chat in Facebook,
Like
right?
Messenger and
So you
stuff
just make
too.
a group. You just make a new group chat, the guys' group chat, right? You just make a
Yeah,
new one, but in Facebook that you just post to constantly.
it's just for the boys, and you select people added to it. It's like a Discord server. You can have a chicken.
Literally,
You can have a chicken and a duck, like solely like.
dude, it's Discord, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram. It's everything.
And if they change the name to Meta, that'd be great. Then we're
That
rolling.
that'd be the meta.
That would be the meta. I already got 780 friends.
Holy, dude.
I'm still pending to be married to Jenna.
You're still pending.
It says married to Jenna Paulson pending.
Does she have to like accept it or something?
Apparently.
She hasn't done it.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, that was like the other day because Maddie and I have like a Pinterest, right?
Uh
For the
huh.
wedding. She set up a
Yep.
Pinterest and added to me. And I got it the other day and I texted her. I was like, you are the most fake fiance ever. You don't even follow me back. I follow one person on Pinterest and I have 0 followers
That's hilarious.
because she doesn't follow me back.
That's so funny. Have I ever posted a video? I've posted like 3 videos on Facebook.
Dude, and I don't know how to use Facebook. Dude,
I don't know
which is
how to use
hilarious.
it either.
I get on every single time, dude. I don't know how to do things, and I ended up just messing up. Like when I changed my profile picture, I always end up posting it and singing "Dort" season the 35 seconds it's on. But I went to pure panic, dude. I posted, and then right after I clicked, I like looked briefly, clicked post, and then I saw the tick mark for make a post out of changing it
Mm-hmm.
for changing my profile pictures to
Oh
the
yeah.
engagement pictures. So it posts, and then I'm sitting there panicking because I have no idea how to delete a Facebook post. I know how to use how many software programs for design. I know like 5 different coding languages. I can build circuits, and I
Yeah.
don't know how to delete a Facebook post.
Bro, your entire Facebook profile is simply just dad.
It's just him tagging me in things.
Or it's you updating your cover photo with grandma saying, Micah, that is scary. Where is this?
See, that's why I love Facebook.
Or 28 or January 5th, you updated your profile picture, love the photo and love you, and you reacted. Oh, Mitch Rabb reacted to it. To grandma's comment.
Oh gosh, dude, it's too good.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Ride the wave, everyone. Facebook's coming back.
Facebook's coming back. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Yep, I'm gonna learn this. There's games on here. That's crazy.
Collab games?
Collab game. There's for real games on here.
Oh man.
That's wild.
But yeah, dude, I don't know how we got to that, but
I don't know what you said.
I don't know what I said, but that was great. But
Well,
yeah,
I got
dude,
it written down. Rebrand Facebook.
But I'm definitely, dude. I don't know. I feel like I'm so over most social medias.
They
I'm like
suck.
I'm just kind of chilling with like TikTok. I know it's a waste of time, but like
Yeah.
in terms of like, and I know it's awful. Like I really should stop using it, but at this
Yeah.
point, it's like the only one that I'm like not just like completely over using. Like I just don't even want to open Instagram or
Yeah.
Twitter. I use Facebook, obviously. Instead of that, I'm enjoying it. But
I use
um,
Twitter for purely practical use. I'm literally just like, give me movie news. That's literally.
exactly, that's like where I'm at, dude.
I'm
I'm at
like,
the point where I'm like, I don't even want my Instagram account anymore. Like, I really just want social medias that are like for close friends and people that I actually want to share things with.
mm-hmm. I
And
get
like
it. And Letterbox is dope.
turn into like, dude, I'm like in the age of adult posting, dude. I'm gonna start posting on Facebook being like, great weekend with friends.
Dude, it's fun. I've done it a couple times. It's kind of it's you just post everything because you don't care. That's
Yeah, and
kind
then the captions. What's the cap like? Trip to Cannon Beach. We just love this little shop. Or
of it.
some like as an old person would
Well,
post.
because
Dude,
it's
it's
not
the best. It's quality. It's so quality. It's so personal. It's great.
because you don't got to think of like stupid captions. Like
Exactly. You just say what you did.
you
You
just say
just
what you
do it.
did, and sometimes maybe throw in a quote
Yeah, or say what you like, or throw in an inside joke. Like
or a dad joke. For my 2 year anniversary with Jenna, this wasn't Facebook. This was obviously Instagram, but her favorite movie is National Treasure. I said, "You're my national treasure."
perfect.
That's great. What do you
That's a
mean?
that's a good caption. I had a
I,
fire caption too for 99's 2 years. My best caption to date on Instagram is 24 months, not 2 years, because she's my baby.
oh, that's that was on your two
That's
years.
so fire, dude.
Yeah, that's a fire. But like all these other captions, let's see. Hide the smiles, bro. Like those are
Oh, dude, don't even. No, no, don't even.
going wild. I got mine are bad too. Let's look at
Oh,
mine.
dude,
What's a good one? What's a
going
good?
wild. That was a song title actually. But,
Our
and
Father in
then
Heaven, hallowed
it,
be your name.
it's a pretty good caption though. Support me, I love you on the shirt.
That
I
one's
mean,
good. That
that's a pretty good one.
um
Wrist all glitter, Michael Jackson. Oh man. I
uh
don't own a Rolex, guys. I'm not iced out.
I'm
I'm
not iced out.
broke,
Mine are
believe it
always
or not.
like very preachy.
My first one's the best. Too icy.
Too
December
icy.
8th, 2016, standing in this quarter
Okay,
inch of snow.
I love this picture. So it's the picture of me when in front of the waterfall in Alaska. Saw Mendenhall Glacier, a cool waterfall, and some whales. Not pictured whales. I think that's fire. I think that's so good.
Oh, see, that's fire. I actually like this one. This one's actually pretty fire. Okay, this picture,
Uh huh.
prom, or yeah, I think prom. Yeah, prom. Blue dress, blue shirt. Happens to be that the M emoji is blue circle with an M in it. So I just did MXM. M&M. Blue.
Right. Right.
Matches. Fire. Fit perfectly.
What's that's another good. I
What's up from the 817?
um
Yeah, 24 months, not 2 years, because she's my baby. That's
yeah.
so fire.
Oh, comparison. I like this one. It's like it looks like I'm creating. I'm like reading text and like it looks like it's my profile picture on Letterbox, but it's I got music open. It was the off-brand. Comparison is the thief of joy. Fire.
That's funny. Yeah, I think this 2 years one, I think that was the last time I cared about uh my captions. You can see when I just like stopped caring. Then I've actually almost gotten to the point where I stopped posting.
I
I
hardly
pretty
ever
much
post.
don't post, and I just rely on Maddie to collaborate with everything that we do, and she makes posts, and it just shows up on my feed. That's was the greatest feature ever added to Instagram. I do absolutely nothing now, but I get to put things on the feed.
Right. Oh, okay. I gotta share these couple. Also, I posted this picture that I took. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. I'm like, wow. So it's a picture of Jesse, not Jesse, AJ and I took a break from playing zombies, making music, and drinking Martinelli to go out for Jess's birthday. Not picture of Jess. Um, what's another good one? So it's at camp, and it's me, Ben Ritter, Gabe Rogers, a bunch of other guys. We're like holding a bunch of Martinelli. It says 30 empty bottles, ain't nobody faded. um, Shout out to Fast Passes. So these 3 Disneyland ones I think are superb. Shout out to Fast Passes day 1. Um, the next one is Black Panther and Spider-Man, and it says they're alive? Question mark. Hashtag spoilers. This is right after Infinity War.
I
So,
remember that actually. That's funny.
and the last one was I am
I actually
Groot
remember
because I
that.
was standing with Groot. But
And Groot.
oh my gosh, no,
But
because
yeah,
I definitely stopped caring too. What's my
yeah.
latest?
After my 2 years, let's see, my actual posts, which this one I posted but collaborated with Maddie, which was my point and shoot camera pictures and literally just point plus shoot. And then she posted one that says "We Heart Morgan." Then I posted "Happy 3 years, Maddie Poo Poo." That's it.
Yeah.
3 all lowercase. Just said "Happy 3 years, Maddie Poo Poo." And then my Zion National Park one, I said Zion
Yeah. Okay.
because that's
So
how people say it there. I started literally just Zion.
all the one. So I posted all the wedding ones, and like the only good caption I had was "podcast coming soon." It was the ones of me and you and Micah, and Elijah. I posted a pictures with Jesse, Michael, and Ben, and I just said "good company." My Disneyland one. Oh, my Disneyland quote, my Disneyland caption is good because it was AJ obviously and Mads and me and Jenna, and then it said brought our wives this time for double the fast passes. Hashtag marriage. I think that's great. Um, the whole Splash Mountain post that I made, where it's like met John Cena while in line for Splash Mountain, swipe for proof, and then you keep going, and then it's just an empty car, an empty Splash Mountain car. I think that's hilarious. But then all of them are just like, yesterday I started my job. I left some of you. Happy birthday, Elijah. Thanks for Thanksgiving. 2022 was cool. 24 Mamba year. 36 hours in St. George. Congrats on graduating. I just get 10 weeks ago at the Portland Art Museum. I gave up. I just wrote art at Portland Art Museum. Like, I'm just done. Texas 2022. All these. So, yeah. We need to revitalize social media. I completely agree. This might be the best tangent we've ever been on. Ever.
Possibly.
Ever. That's so good. Holy crap. So we're bringing back Facebook. That's what we get for this. We're bringing back Facebook. Could you imagine the Barbenheimer discourse on Facebook? That would have been lit.
It's all about, dude. We're doing, and what we're talking about. You know, the funniest thing, what we're talking about right now is exactly what Mark Zuckerberg wants, and like pretty much any kind of corporate CEO owner type. We're talking about literally centralizing all different facets of social media into one space.
Do it. That's what you need. I need one. Give me one good social media that I can just use.
Yeah, which is super. That's like the best thing you can do for consumer convenience is have everything in one space.
Because you can do stories. Wouldn't it be crazy if Facebook was the original, and then after a while, everyone, because of Elon and all these things, everyone just came back to the one that started it all. I guess MySpace was a thing, but you know what I mean.
Redemption arc, dude.
Redemption arc. Facebook redemption arc. I love it. Dude, that's crazy. I'm gonna revamp my entire Facebook.
Me too. I'm gonna start posting everything, dude.
I'm gonna start posting too. And start making it so that every time I get tagged it doesn't go straight to my feed. Things like that.
Yep.
Oh, but I love that you could put I studied at this place. I used to work here. It's like LinkedIn too. They had it down.
Fire, dude. They know what's up.
Bro.
They know how adults mingle.
Facebook merch. FacebookSwagStore.com. I still have it somewhere. Please stand by. If you're listening, Micah got up to go to his, I think, closet. so good.
We're back.
We're back in business.
Every single episode from now on.
It's just Facebook.
Hashtag Facebook.
I'm gonna.
Next episode, I might just tape an X and write meta on top of it. We'll see.
That'd be no. We just gotta get. We just gotta get Mark Zuckerberg shirts.
Just his face.
I'm looking on Etsy, right? Oh, that's Mark Wahlberg. Darn.
Etsy. Let's see.
Mark
Mark.
Zuckerberg. They have Elon versus
Zuckerberg meme shirt. Yeah, they have like Street Fighter.
bro. Bro, they got
No, dude, there's great pictures, dude. This is perfect.
I gotta do that. Here, I gotta share my screen.
Dude, this is actually perfect.
Go look at this. Go look at this.
Yeah, I want.
Could you imagine?
I want it right
Could
now.
you imagine getting a little Zuck shirt?
Or there's the ones like, you know, like the picture of him hiking or whatever that went viral at one point. It's like essentially, I think it's Photoshop slightly, but his like face is covered in like this sunscreen thing.
Oh yeah.
He's like hiking in water. It's just like they made his butt huge. Or he's
Uh-huh.
wakeboarding. That's what he's doing. He's wakeboarding.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Oh my gosh, that would be so good. But then there's a picture of him in his face and it says, "This man ate my son."
That's so funny.
Oh,
No, we're doing it. We're bringing back.
little suck. Team. He's Team Zuck.
That's great. No, this is happening.
This is. It's just okay. This is hilarious. It's just a picture of Mark Zuckerberg, and it says, "This is my Zuck T-shirt." Insane. That's all it says.
This is my Zuck T-shirt. Whenever we make merch, we gotta do some spin-off
Something,
off
some
Facebook.
spin-off thing of Facebook.
That's gotta be what it is. That's oh my gosh, we gotta start making that. Just because I want to buy it. I don't care if anybody else does. Jackson can buy it.
Yeah, I mean, there's what's it called? Printful. You can put stuff on Printful. It's just where you just place signs and post them, and then it's just made to order. So
Well, we can. It's
people just you set prices, and people just buy it, and then they make it, ship it to them.
Well, there's Teespring, which is the same thing, but they have a ton of options.
So does Printful. I think I'm pretty sure. I don't know what Teespring is. Printful's a super big company.
Yeah, Spring. It's called Spring now, I think, but
yeah.
Either way,
same difference.
Right.
I guess whichever one has a better website to each.
Right, for sure. Which you would
probably
you would make because I don't know how to do it. But all right, so we're getting Facebook shirts and we're revitalizing Facebook. But we should move on. Because I do want to. I'm actually excited for. I think it'll be fun. So.
Yeah, we gotta do a couple of those. For sure, but we gotta move it.
We're doing 20 questions. So, but movie edition. We each pick a movie and then you can ask 20 questions, yes or no questions. And I'll keep track of your questions and vice versa. But do you want to go first?
Guess or give?
Whatever. Whatever.
Sure.
Guess or give?
Okay. I'll guess first.
Okay. All right. I have the first movie.
I don't know, dude. What to ask? Okay, what do I start off with? Because there's no like. I need a 50-50. Okay.
And
Let's see.
I have
Is it
Letterboxd open as well.
is it above? Do you have it rated above 4 stars? 4 stars and above.
No.
Okay. Perfect. Is it plus or is it above? Is it longer than an hour and 45 minutes?
Hold on, I gotta do math.
Is it longer than
Oh, hold on.
110 minutes?
It's 108 minutes.
Right? Is
So it's
that right?
just
So it's
under
about an hour and 45 minutes.
about
Is it
yeah.
a comedy?
Comedy is a genre listed, but it's
But is it
technically
a comedy?
it.
You've seen the movie. Is it a
It's
comedy?
I don't, yeah, like it's not like the main thing. It's not comedy, but it's funny. That's 3 questions, I think.
Okay. Is it made between 2000s and 2010?
Yes.
Okay. Is it made after 2005 and
Yes.
before 2010?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 5 questions.
All right. I'm bringing out my letterbox.
No, you can't look at stuff.
Why?
Cause that's the
I'm not
whole
looking at
thing.
your stuff. I'm just if I narrow down the date, dude, I want to look.
No, you can't look at things. You can't. That's
Oh,
the whole thing. You
whatever.
can't. I like. We can't look. You just have to use your brain. This is.
It's between 2005 and 2010.
You could add.
I
There's some
don't
questions.
really.
There's some questions.
I can't be honest. I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm probably not gonna know. Okay.
You're
Actually,
gonna.
I have a question. Would I know the year that this was released? If that you told
No.
me the
No.
movie, would I
No.
be
No.
able
No.
to say what year it was released?
Probably
Okay.
not. But you. I mean, you've narrowed it down to 5 years. So.
Yeah, but if I knew the movie and didn't know when it was released, I'm not gonna be able to use the years to guess the movie.
Um.
So that's completely irrelevant. The years is made, like specifically, like 2000s. Great.
Yeah.
I know the
And
era.
on question 19, I'll give you a hint as well.
Okay, is this something that an entire family can watch?
Yes.
Family friendly. Is this something that you would say is special to and specific to our family?
Special? No. We watched it. Not
Have we
special.
do we watch it multiple times
We've
or
definitely watched this multiple times. It's a
do we
family.
have a unanimous decision that we all like this
Everyone
not
likes
great
this.
movie?
Everyone likes this. I don't know about Elijah. How about that? But I don't. But like, yeah, everyone likes this. It's a sort of comedy. There's other elements to it, but there's comedy in it as well. Just making sure that's clear. I don't want to steer you the wrong direction.
2000s. Would you say that this is like a Disney Channel movie production level? Well, I guess that's the
No,
question. It's
no,
gotta be yes or no.
no. It's not Disney Channel production. It's made by a
Is the movie sad? Would you cry?
no, you wouldn't cry.
Okay. Gosh.
I don't think so. At least I haven't seen it in a bit.
Is the main genre action?
No.
Okay.
You
Is
know
it
them.
animated?
No, it is not. That's a great question. No, it is not animated.
How many questions am I at? Because I have like literally no idea.
You have asked 10. You have 10 more questions, and then I'll give you a hint.
I have 9 more questions than
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
You could ask about actors. You could ask about directors. You could ask
Yeah,
about.
but it's like such a broad. Like you're
But
literally.
you could probably narrow it down.
Would you say it's a male lead movie?
It is a male-led movie. Main character is a male.
Are they A-list?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say he's A-list.
Are they current? Would you say they're currently A-list?
Currently, no. I
So they were
mean,
A. They were A-list.
everyone
Yeah,
still knows
but
the
they were
name.
an A-list celebrity in the 2005 to
He
2010
has
range.
not
They're no longer in their prime.
he has not made he's not been in on a bunch hardly any movies recently.
Oh, would you say that the male lead was okay? Here, this is what I'll ask. The main character,
Uh-huh.
were they aged 20 to 30 years old? The character,
When
like the story in the story, would this character be 20 to 30 years old?
probably older than 30. He was a dad of a at least 10-year-old. I would say. That's a lot of information.
That is a lot of information, but it's very unhelpful when you know nothing. Like that's great. I'm sure that's great information if I had any clue. You know how many movies exist?
I know, but you've seen this a lot.
I still, dude, we're going back in time,
Okay.
and it's not action, and it's not low
It's
production,
it's
and it's
adventure, fantasy
yeah,
kinda.
yeah. I figured it was fantasy.
Not in a typical way you would think fantasy though.
Yeah, but I'm saying the genre because I don't think it would be science fiction. So
Yeah, it's not sci-fi.
because you said it was family friendly, which is not typically science fiction.
Definitely family friendly.
So
Okay, you've
is
asked
it
13.
related to sports in any way?
No.
Gone. All kinds of ideas, any kind of movie. Those are like the movies that stick with me. I feel like.
Oh, dude, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
Why did I
I
ask if it was sports when we literally just talked about was kind of fantasy adventure?
it's a good point. I don't know.
That was such a waste of a question. Oh, okay. How many questions do I have?
You've asked 14.
Because I might pivot and just take a play and hope that the hint gives me the answer and
Go ahead.
test to see if this strategy is better. See how quickly I can get some kind of idea.
Okay.
The movie title.
Yeah, this is a great question, I think.
Okay. First, I don't know what I want to ask first. I'm gonna say, is the movie title more than 2 words?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good question, by the way. Because I've listened to people do this, and that's a good question.
Okay. 2 words. That's like so unhelpful though. It's so unbelievably unhelpful. Oh, because you want to know what I can. Literally, like the only thing I can think of right now, even though it doesn't even fit the script, is Transformers. That's like the only thing stuck in my head.
That came out in 07.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not action. The movie's not action.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing stuck in my head. That's the only thing I can picture. Okay. Does one of the beginning letter of one of the words start with? See, this would be a great question if I had an idea.
Yeah, I would.
I'm not
Start
even
with.
gonna ask it.
Okay.
I got too many options right now. I guess I'll just try to narrow it down one more time. Does it have less than 4 words?
It has 4 words.
Okay. So, I mean
That's
that.
16. That's 16.
the blank of blank.
Is that a question?
No, that's me thinking.
You could ask what you have it rated. You could ask.
Yeah, but ask what you have it rated. Me
Is-
rating it, it's not really. I don't feel like that's not really gonna help.
Oh, okay.
If I could have studied my letterbox before this, it might
Yeah.
have helped.
Right.
But I can't think of literally anything.
um.
Oh, that's 5.
Ask about actors. Ask about what movies they had. Yeah, like.
I have no idea for actors though. That's out of the prime, kind of older.
Yeah.
So, but they were dad at the time.
You could
So
ask if there's more
they're
than one.
pretty dang old. Is the kid a popular actor?
Oh gosh. No,
Perfect.
not at all.
Is the is there a mom? Is the mom a popular actor?
The mom.
There is a mom. W question.
Hold on. I'm gonna give. I'll probably end up giving you a major hint. But so there is a mom, but she's not the main mother. She's not the
They're
lead actress. She's not the
divorced.
lead. She's not the lead actress. The
They're
mom is not the
divorced.
lead actress. There's a different woman figure that's the lead, and she's popular. That's a lot of information.
Doesn't matter when you have no idea. Doesn't help anything.
I know.
All I really have an idea is there's a dad was an A-list. Well, no, I wouldn't say A-list. I'll just say he was a popular actor and is no longer a popular actor. Like he's not in movies anymore. And then there's a love interest, so they're probably like divorced
Yep.
or
That's
separated.
true. Yeah.
And then there's this other whatever chick, which makes me think this is some kind of this doesn't fit the genres we've been talking
It
about.
100%.
This is a rom-com, dude.
It's not
This
a
is
rom com.
this
There's
is a
love. There's like
rom-com.
love is
You're
stuff.
talking to me about a rom-com.
It's not a rom com. You have asked just 2 more questions.
Oh gosh, dude.
I didn't think this would be that hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, this game is hard. If there's no boundaries, parameters, and you're not looking at movies, you know how hard it is to think of any movie in existence.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, we're talking about thousands of movies that I've seen.
Yeah, that's true. At least 1,000.
Once you say it, I'm not honestly gonna know what it is, but pulling that out of my booty.
I think you'll get it based on the hint, but
We'll see. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna ask, did the movie take place in the time it was filmed?
I don't think it specifies, but I think yes. Like it doesn't matter. But
If
yeah.
it's not specified, then it is.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't make or break. It doesn't change. I mean, I guess it does because it takes place in this point in history.
Okay.
In 2006.
In history.
I just gave you too big of a hint.
This point in history.
That tells you a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
If I had any clue, I can't, dude. History movie, like historical.
Ask one more question, and I'm gonna give you a hint.
Does it take place in a city?
Yes, it does take place in a city.
What happened in 2000 something?
Not like that. Robin Williams is in this movie.
I almost asked if the main actor was dead.
He's
I was
not.
thinking of Robin Williams.
He's not. Robin Williams is not the main actor, but he is in this movie. Playing a historical figure.
Oh, yeah. Night at the Museum.
It's Night at the Museum. Good work.
Holy dude, yeah, absolutely nowhere on the radar.
That's so funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Historical. That's funny. That's a that's a good hint, and no way I was thinking.
That's so funny. You asked good questions. I'm surprised. You asked really good questions. All right.
I think mine will be easier, but we'll see.
We'll see. I was gonna do a hard movie, the second one, so I guess I'm not gonna.
Please don't.
Um. Okay. You
Yeah,
have.
I got it. Yeah,
Is it animated?
it is.
Oh gosh.
Shoot.
uh. Uh. Oh, I need to write down the. Okay. Is it animated? Is it Disney?
No.
Uh. Is it DreamWorks?
Shoot. Let me see. No,
No, it's not. Did it come out between 2000 and 2010?
it did. I think you're at 4.
You're right. That's right. Yeah.
It's yep.
Do I have it rated above 4 stars or above?
You do.
Is it Ice Age?
No,
Oh,
there's 6.
because I was
I
gonna
think
ask.
you're definitely gonna get it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think I think, but maybe not. There's
Okay.
no knowing where your mind's actually at. But
Um,
you've asked a good question.
that's 6.
Like you've gotten really lucky with it.
Is
Not
the
lucky, but whatever.
is the main character is the movies like? Let's see.
I feel like it was animated. I shouldn't have picked animated. I feel like there's so many good questions to ask with animated that narrows things down.
Is the movie, or the main characters animals?
Yeah.
Is it Over the Hedge?
No.
What? No! What?
You thought you had it.
I thought I had it, dude. Both of them I thought I had. Oh my gosh. Okay. Their main characters are animals. It's not Disney. Are you counting this? This is a clarification question. Are you counting Pixar and Disney as the same thing?
I did. Yeah. I mean, sure.
Okay.
Then I'll just give it to you, so you don't
Okay.
have to ask if Pixar.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was.
The main characters are animals. Does this movie take place in the woods?
I'm gonna say no.
That ruled out something. Is there a sequel?
I I think there is. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Does this movie?
yeah. There is a sequel.
Does this movie start in a city?
No, you're at
The
10. I
10?
think
10 or 11?
it was 10 or 11, but I don't remember if I marked the last one you asked. So you're at 10.
Okay. Because I thought it was.
You thought it was Madagascar?
Yeah, I did. And there was one other one I thought it was. Is the lead character a male?
Mm-hmm.
11. Is the lead character on the top of the food chain?
No.
So he's not like a predator. That's kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah, he's not a predator.
Okay.
12.
Okay. Is this movie described as a comedy? Like, is it funny?
I would say it's funny.
Okay.
That's the top genre, actually.
I'm
gonna give you a hint and say I would say it has a lot more depth than having the first genre of a comedy.
Does it contain water?
It does contain water.
Is it Surf's Up?
It is Surf's Up.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I thought it was open season. That's what I thought.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I also
I'm
gave away
surprised you didn't actually. Well, you said it was animals. I guess that makes sense. Like you didn't go to any kind of like Studio Ghibli or anything.
Yeah, I just didn't think. I don't know. Well, also, I don't know when things came out for Studio Ghibli, so I would been.
90s, early thousands, I think.
Yeah,
It's mostly 90s, I think, though.
I gotta choose a different movie because I guessed Ice Age because I thought you did it.
You had Ice Age.
That was what I was gonna do. Okay. I gotta find a movie.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got it. You ready?
I do.
All right.
I got it.
All right.
I'm ready.
Ask away.
Oh, it's animated.
It is not animated.
Um, is it made after 2010?
It is.
W.
It is indeed.
Okay, is it made before 2020?
Yes. It is.
Okay. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Is it a comedy? I'm just gonna throw it out there. I have a feeling.
Comedy is the second listed genre.
Cool beans. Is the runtime over 2 hours?
Just under. That's 5.
Okay. Is it a superhero movie?
No.
Oh wow.
Question.
I feel like superhero movies have sub comedic genre. So
That's true.
um okay. Would you say this was made by a I would say top 5 director?
No.
Okay,
No. No. I don't think top 10.
perfect. That's great. Do you have this rated above 4 stars?
I do. I do.
So we got a sleeper movie.
You could say that.
Sleeper movie.
7 questions.
I'm gonna say that. Is it a drama?
It is.
Okay, it's a dramedy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you by chance have this rated 5 stars?
I do. I do. Good question.
Have I watched it in the past 2 weeks?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, you would know.
Yeah. I get. Yeah. No, you have not.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking about commenting on Facebook posts and how we're gonna make that a thing for guys like girls do on Instagram.
Commenting on Facebook posts.
I just keep thinking about it.
Pop off king.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, 2 hours of dramedy. Is this something I also rated 5 stars?
Yes.
Okay, how many questions am I at?
That is your 10th question.
Would you say it's an underrated movie?
Would I say it's an underrated movie? I would say it's an underrated movie.
I'm just gonna throw out Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
That is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. 12 questions. There you go. Nice.
Go.
I want to give you something a little easier.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, sorry. But when you're like, is it a top 5 director? No.
No.
He made a great movie, but no. I guess
nah.
he directed Tropic Thunder too, but
Oh, that's a great movie. But,
yeah. All right.
yeah, sweet.
One more for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick one. All right, I got it.
Okay. Is it animated? Are you keeping track of numbers? Do you want me to keep track?
I got it.
Okay. Is it animated?
You're at 1, by the way. No.
No, it's not animated. Okay. Did it come out 2010 or later?
No.
Oh boy. Did it come out 2000 or later?
No.
Oh, good lord. Okay, I'm just gonna chill on the year. Is it directed by a critically acclaimed director?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have this movie rated 5 stars?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so helpful because I've been looking at my 5-star movies the past 2 days. Oh, okay.
I didn't think about that. I had no idea if you got it rated 5 stars or 4.5.
Okay.
I actually have it. I'll give you a hint. I have it 4.5.
I was just about to ask. You have 4.5. Acclaimed director. Okay.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna give you any information, but
did it win any major Oscar categories? Sorry, it's a good question. It's a good question.
yeah, it won some Academy Awards.
Okay. Did it
I'm
win?
not gonna give you what it is.
How many
unless you
questions have I
ask me.
asked? How many questions have I asked?
You've asked 6 questions. Not a lot.
Did it win any acting Oscars?
No.
Okay. Is it directed by Scorsese?
No.
Crap. Okay.
8.
Is it directed by Tarantino?
No.
Oh no!
9.
I really don't know. Okay.
You left like 1 out of. I would say a big 3. Probably.
Big 3 directors? Wow. Is it
Like with the ones you're like on par, you know.
Is it directed by David Fincher?
No. I would say big 4, yes. It's same kind of name. Which you already knew that. He's critically acclaimed director.
Yeah, critically acclaimed director. Not Tarantino. That's good. Who's the other guy that I can't think of? Is it Christopher Nolan?
No.
Oh my gosh! All right, it's not animated.
That's I wouldn't say he's a better director, but I would say he's probably a bigger name.
Okay. Okay. Is it a drama?
Actually, no. I didn't know if it would have it in the list, but it's definitely not a main. But it's not in any of them. So that is 13.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Is this director still making movies to this day?
I think he made one in 2023.
Okay, has he made a movie since in the last 3 years, 2021, 2022, or 2023?
Sorry, 1 second. I was trying to look at something. But yeah,
Yeah.
unless I'm like greatly mistaken. But yeah, I was not greatly mistaken. He has. It's
He's made
2022,
a movie last year.
last year.
Okay, that's really helpful. Okay,
An
hold on.
absolutely massive name.
I'm just for.
Yeah.
Is it Titanic?
No.
Ah, I felt like that was
That's on par guess.
okay.
But that's a drama, so bad guess.
Oh, you're right. Okay, who made good movies last year? How many questions have I asked?
I mean, I didn't say it was the best movie.
No, I know. How many questions have
But 14.
I? Okay. Was the movie he made last year good?
Well, I mean, I'll let this be decided objectively. What the heck? Sorry.
You're fine. There's no way it's him.
Why can't I get to come? Why
no
won't
way.
it show up? Here, let me just go to this director and go to it. I don't know why it wouldn't come up. It's yeah, I'd say it's in terms of letterbox ratings, it's definitely up there, and you also rated it pretty high.
And I have this movie rated 5. The movie I'm trying to guess, I have it rated 5 stars.
Did I say that? I said you have it rated pretty high.
No, not the one, not that one, but the one that I'm
Oh.
trying to actually get. This is what it's tripping me out because I'm thinking, oh, Guillermo del Toro. No, not him. I haven't seen like anything of his.
No, dude, way bigger. Name is way bigger.
But it's not. Oh, it is. Is it Jurassic Park?
It's not.
Is it Steven Spielberg?
It is.
I forgot he released The Fablemans.
I don't know why it wouldn't come up. I was looking up the Fablemans and it would not show up on Lego Letterboxd. It was literally showing up with some random Indian one.
What did he make? And I rated 5 stars. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, he's made a lot. Okay, do you want me to give you?
No. Is it?
How many? You're at 18 right now. So
is
give
it
one more guess, and I'm going to give you the other.
Is it made in the 90s?
No.
That's my 18th question. Right?
That's your 19th question.
Oh, okay. So give me the hint, I guess. I think I know it, but
I mean, I'm going to give you. I don't know.
a sequel came out. A sequel came out for this movie this year, I think.
Absolutely not.
Oh, then I have no
idea. It is a. I'll give you one hint first, and you'll probably get it. So I probably won't need a second hint, and then if I do, I'll give you the genre. But there's a movie. There's a modern movie similar to this one that you would consider a guilty pleasure.
Oh, it's Jaws.
It's Jaws.
70s. Oh my gosh.
75.
Oh my gosh. That was good. That was tough. That was hard. I forgot about.
Okay. Yeah, I have it rated 4.5 stars. You have it rated 5 stars. But get this. This and The Fablemans are both 4 stars.
Average?
Average.
You haven't seen The Fablemans. The Fablemans is great.
Jaws and The Fablemans, though, equals? Ain't a chance.
No, but Jaws is obviously better. But that's crazy. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I'm
so glad we'll have to do this more. This is fun. That's real fun. We'll have to get Jackson on to do it too. That'd be funny. Like where it's 2 people trying to guess.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
No, but you want to know a movie I was gonna do before you struggled immensely the first time?
What?
You were never gonna get it. I was gonna do The Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh my gosh.
And
I was
then,
gonna I was gonna do The Nice Guys. I don't think you would have got
really?
that either. What are the odds that we both picked Ryan Gosling movies? Probably pretty high with
Well, I
Barbie.
picked two Ben Stiller movies.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's good.
I picked two water movies.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's funny. Okay. What have you been watching?
Yeah,
Not a lot.
not a lot. Cause like I said, I watched a bunch of YouTube when I got back, which YouTube's been dry now. So dry.
YouTube's been bad.
Um it was popped off when we were gone, when I was gone and I didn't get to watch anything and then been back, caught up and now it's been dead.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I've been, busy job stuff, wedding stuff, and then playing BO2 and I had spare time. But I also watched some TV shows. So I watched I still haven't finished this, but I watched Quarterback, a few episodes.
Mm.
Very good. I
Mm-hmm.
really want to finish it. It's super entertaining.
Oh
I
really?
hate Patrick Mahomes though,
Yeah, dude's
with a
annoying.
with a passion.
Yeah.
I can't believe I see so many comments. People that are like, "I just love Patrick Mahomes so much now since watching it," and
I've seen
they're like,
clips and I'm like, nah.
"I'm like, dude, this dude's just so annoying and arrogant."
Yeah.
And then I finished I Think You Should Leave
How
with
was
Tim
that?
Robinson. Oh, it's dude, it's all hilarious. Like funniest things ever.
Yeah.
It's like similar to like if Michael Scott had a show.
That's great.
Pretty
That's great.
similar. It's got like the funniest kind of gags
Yeah.
and most random like these people thinking of these creative spin-offs
Mm-hmm.
of ideas, like taking phrases and words out of context
Mm-hmm.
and like those kind of things and then creating an idea out of that. It's
Right.
like absolutely ridiculous
That's
how
great.
innovative they are.
Uh-huh.
We watched Good Will Hunting
Yes. That's
and we
so.
watched Jesus Revolution.
What did you think of Jesus
Um,
Revolution?
I actually really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was actually a really well made movie. Acting was great too.
Yeah, and it's like the story's crazy.
Yeah.
Story's
And
crazy.
then I watched Do the Right Thing.
How is that?
Really good.
Yeah, Spike Lee,
Like really
a
good.
Spike Lee joint. Oh man, I'm excited. It's on my
So
list to watch this week.
it's a commentary on like violence and everything. So the whole plot and premise is like this black community in Brooklyn, I think it is.
Mm.
It's been a minute since I watched it now. But
Mm-hmm.
in Brooklyn, like a street, it's literally just a street in Brooklyn with on the hottest day of the year.
Yeah, yeah, right.
And this main character kid, I think his name's Mookie. Um, he works at a pizza shop for these Italians, so
Mm.
white guys in this neighborhood. Um, but they're like, you know, the owner, the dad, he and his sons work there. Dad, cool with everyone. He's been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Love his pizza, that whole thing. And it's about the clashing of like his kids are definitely racist. And the like younger generation on the street, teens, young adults, they're kind of clashing
Uh-huh.
with him and everything about having, you should have, you're in a black neighborhood, you should have black people on the wall. 'Cause he's got all these white famous people on the walls,
Mm.
um, and all this different stuff. So they're like button heads the whole time, and then it just keeps escalating and escalating until to the point of like, this one dude, you know, whatever, all this stuff happens, and
Mm-hmm.
the whole commentary on like violence
Mm.
doesn't violence doesn't solve violence, that kind of thing.
That's
Like
cool.
escalating just ends in tragedy.
That's cool.
So it's like this is a super profound meeting. And
Yeah,
it was actually yeah, a really good movie.
that's cool. That's awesome. It's on my list to watch. So,
I definitely would.
Oh, I was texting you this. I think I'm done with the out of 100 score.
Yep, you did
Be-
text me that.
because here's what I was trying to readjust everything, and I'm like, this is better than that. I'd have to go in and change the review. So it was just getting to be a hassle, and I was like, there should be some more nuance. It shouldn't be so technical because movies are nuanced, you know. Like I don't like just because Stand by Me. I was like, I should really put Stand by Me in my perfect movies. It's my favorite movie ever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the best movie ever, but I should put it like at number 10 as the 10th perfect movie, you know, things like that. Even though it's
Yeah,
not you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to be more new. I'm
but
well,
it is perfect because it's
it's my
not
favorite.
movie ratings are completely subjective. So
Yeah. So,
you can't it can't be your favorite movie ever and not be perfect. Because like then why is it your favorite movie ever if you don't think it's perfect, good enough
yeah.
to be perfect?
And so it really stemmed from Oppenheimer because I was like, dang, Oppenheimer is like amazing. And I was like, it shouldn't be this low. This, yeah, it was just, yeah. So, all that to say, I did rewatch Stand by Me. Amazing. I watched it with mom, which was fun. At the canal, you went to bed, dad went to bed, everyone went to bed, and I turned it on, and mom came down and watched it with me, and we were laughing about it. And actually, I was looking at movie props that you can buy, and you can buy the Yankees hat for like $75. And I was like, oh, interesting. Like I should buy that to keep, as like a not the thing to wear, but like, oh, it's my favorite movie. This is the half of the movie. I was like, oh, I wonder if I could get Micah a gift on here, like Interstellar, because why not? I looked, and it was like the watch, you know, thousands
His
of
watch,
dollars,
yeah,
thousands of dollars. I was like, no.
$75 hat it is.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, I'll think of something else. Um,
That's hilarious.
but I watched The Prestige, which I said was amazing. I mean, just you need to watch that, dude. You'll love it. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
The twists are great, like great. So, and it's just
For sure.
two magicians going at it in the 1800s. Like it's sick. I rewatched Crazy Stupid Love after Barbie because I really wanted to watch it. And then I'll wait to save Barbie to the end. I watched The Outlaws last night. That sucked. New Netflix movie.
Yeah,
I watched Bird Box Barcelona, new Netflix movie. That sucked.
that sucked.
Worse than the first Bird Box, which is crazy. I watched They Cloned Tyrone, which everyone was like, "Wow, it's amazing." It was just boring. I just didn't find it very interesting. It was fine. John Boyega was great, but and I watched Sound of Freedom, which was very good. It was heartbreaking, very very sad. So,
But it worked.
it did work, and also not a political movie. I don't know how it's being made political. It's not a political movie. I don't understand.
Everything's political.
There was nothing in it. It was purely.
Yeah,
just,
but taking a non-political stance is a super political thing to do.
But I really liked it. Well made movie. I'm not a fan of Jim Caviezel, but because he's kind of a weirdo. But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like is like at the end credits, it was kind of like they came up and he's like, "We need people to see this movie. Scan the QR code to buy tickets ahead," and it's like buy $75 worth of tickets. I was like, how about you just tell us to give money to an organization? Like, weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. So, and then I saw Barbie, of course.
Yep.
What did Maddie think of Barbie?
She said it was all right,
She said it was all right.
which is the interesting thing because she's a woman, and
She's a
she said it was
woman.
really weird how much they bashed on men.
I've been saying. Okay, here's.
She said it was like kind of uncomfortable
Because it was no. There's
as someone with conservative Christian values who values men.
It was like it's okay. So I don't care if you do you want me to. I'm gonna spoil some stuff. Like
I'm not looking So
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna pay to see it, and I really don't think it's a movie. I'm gonna get spoiled. It's
Anyway,
Barbie.
there's parts that are great. Barbie Land, the production design, the costume design is great. Margot Robbie, perfect. Ryan Gosling, awesome. And it's like fun, it's lighthearted, and it's like fun to watch. Okay, there's some good jokes. Like there's a joke where the women are brainwashed by the men because the whole movie is like men are bad. It's basically the whole movie, which is fine. Like whatever. If there's redemption at the end, in my opinion. But like Barbie and Ken go to the real world, and then she realizes that like the real world, like women just are degraded and devalued apparently. And like whatever, that's fine. But she's learning about all these things, basically the real world. And Ryan Gosling is like, his whole purpose is just to be an accessory to Barbie. And so he's trying to find himself, and then he sees the patriarchy, and they say the word patriarchy like 1,000 times. But he sees the patriarchy, and then he gets really into it. And then when he goes back, they turn into like bro Ken, basically, in like frat house. And
The Dojo Casa thing.
It's so, welcome to my Dojo Mojo Casa house. It's so good. I love it. It's so funny. It's such a good joke. But there's like that, and obviously Barbie comes back, and everyone they have to unbrainwash the women because now the Barbies are like just maids apparently and waitresses for the Kens, and like, which isn't also how men mostly treat women either. So
No.
it's an overgeneralization, obviously. Okay. But there's parts where they're trying to make it so they have to, get these women out of the trance, basically. And so they are sending the Barbies that are not hypnotized over to distract the Kens to then pull the other Barbies away. And so they're doing all these funny things. Like one of them was like, go over to Ken and say you've never seen The Godfather before. And then she says it, and The Godfather's playing, and she then Ken turns and is like mansplaining The Godfather. Funny, super funny. That's great. You know how many times I've mansplained a movie? I've explained a movie to Jenna that she doesn't care about. So many times. It's funny. There was the Snyderverse jab, which was funny. There's a moment where Margot Robbie's crying because she's like not perfect now, basically. Like she has cellulite, her feet are flat, all these things. She's crying. She's like crying. Oh, she's like, I'm not pretty. And then the movie stops. And then Helen Mirren narrated the movie kind of throughout. And the movie stops and the narration comes on. And Helen Mirren says, note to the filmmaker. If you want to make the point that your Barbie's not pretty, please don't cast Margot Robbie in the future. Thanks. And the movie continues. Super funny. And so like all that's good and it's funny. And like the end joke was like Barbie becomes a human basically. And then she's like really excited to go to some place. It looks like she's going to a job interview. And the lady, like receptionist, like, hey, how can I help you? And everyone's expecting her to say something about a job or, but she's like, I'm here to see my gynecologist. And she's like super excited. Funny. So there's like funny moments, things I really enjoyed. There's a sweet moment where like the creator of Barbie's in it and she's talking about what it means to be a woman and why she created Barbie, and Barbie's talking to her about it, and they're in like this kind of Truman Show-esque scenario. It's really beautiful, really touching on, I think, for women what it means to be a woman, how you don't have to be this extraordinary CEO, or you can just be a mom. You can just do this. You can be a simple woman. You don't have to do all these things, but you can be all these things. Like a woman can do these things, but also a woman is just a mom or a caretaker, or like the simple thing. It was beautiful. I was like, wow. And then they showed a montage of all the women that worked on the film and like VHS. It was so Greta Gerwig. It was awesome. But then everything else is these muddy, just ham-handed, over-the-top, forced, look how bad men are, And at the end, it was like, I'm Ken enough, or Kenuff, which is the only redeeming thing, but it still wasn't even like you're going to have little girls that go there and are like, are men that bad? Like, there was a little girl, they kept making these jokes about men, and then she like, she's like, what does that mean, Mom? And I was like, oh, that breaks my heart because, like, yes, I'm a man. Yes, I'm biased. Whatever you can call me, all those things. But like, a little girl shouldn't be raised to think that all men are gonna treat her horribly as this over the top version that they explained in the movie. Like, that's not. And I know it's corny to say not all men, but like, it's true. Just like the same way you wouldn't say not all women are a hoe
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an outrage if it was unredemptive bashing of
of
women in a
women.
movie.
And so I just didn't appreciate it. Like, there's so many things that I loved, and I thought there were certain aspects of the whole womanhood thing that I was like, dang, that's really good. I really like that. But then they
Yeah,
kept hammering it home with like Ryan Gosling, and they were just stupid men, and they made idiotic decisions. And they were constantly toxic. They didn't care about anybody but themselves. I'm like, yeah, I'm sometimes probably like that, but like, that's not most guys I know are not like this.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's my feelings on stuff like that. Is like, yeah, I'm not saying obviously women have overcome a lot
Of
and
course,
progressed, but that's
of
like the whole
course,
point is that they've overcome a lot and progressed, and it is not the point or that it and that they're oppressed. They have
yeah,
opportunity, and I would like to say that the majority of women are treated fairly
yeah. Of course,
and
there's
all those
things,
different
of
things.
course.
And you can pull up statistics like, oh, all these men own companies. It's like, yeah, but like you haven't really given the time for women to own companies and
And
be
also
like
as
that all
a
takes time. Like these guys who are like, the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Jeff Bezos are like from the like this started in like the 90s. Like in the
yeah,
90s you could still say, oh yeah, there's still oppression or whatever for
yeah,
women. So it's like you just got to give it time for that to develop. And
and
there's other things like, oh, men still make more on average. It's like, well, yeah, but men make pay or take higher paying jobs
hiring jobs.
that are higher risk and things
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Mhm.
and then you
Typically, that's
fish
typically.
you
That's not saying a woman
typically that's
can't do
not
it.
yeah, exactly. That's not always. But that's like the the men on average making more is because men on average take the higher paying jobs.
Well,
It's
and
not
also
because
like,
they get paid more for the same job. So it's like just something like that. Because personally, I believe that we're living in a point in time where we're all considered to be equal, men and women. That
yeah.
there should be no bashing of the other person. Otherwise,
Lighthearted
you're
jokes are
just
fine.
exactly
Great.
messing and that kind of joking and teasing and all that kind of stuff. It's like perfect, great. That's like whatever. I think that's hilarious. I love all that kind of stuff. I like the little things.
The
Um,
Godfather
I
jokes,
think,
funny.
yeah, like that stuff's funny, and I think it's funny. Like that's a good example. Like when for example, The Office.
Yeah, it's
The the
funny.
it's based on stereotypes that are totally untrue. You might not be the best driver. Oh dang, am I a woman? Like that stuff's hilarious.
But
Make fun of it,
like,
whatever, joke around. But at this point, you were just reversing. Like you're just doing what you're doing is just essentially reversing the roles. Like you're claiming that you're whatever. So what do? You just do what you don't want. Like you're saying, like, oh, men are so oppressive over us, so we're gonna oppress them.
yeah, you shouldn't. Something should like you should not. In order to empower one party, you should not be belittling the other. You should be
Exactly.
if you believe that there's a scale and women are down here, you should be elevating them up to here and then elevating everybody. Not being like, oh, they're here now, we're gonna do this. Like, that's backwards. That's not how
It's
society's supposed to
exactly
work.
that's just exactly.
And
Otherwise,
I
you're just it's just backwards.
and it wasn't the most atrocious thing. And so people, whoever's listening to this, I don't know who listens to this these days, but um, it's not what Ben Shapiro says. It's not. The dude made
Yeah,
2 hour long videos about Barbie. Like, grow up.
yeah. Bro
Grow
got
up.
absolutely triggered. I saw one
Like,
video and I was actually cringing listening to him.
it's
How pissed he
so
was. It was very obviously something that he got personally offended by. Like you
like,
could tell he was actually
well,
pissed.
do you know what happened in my so I texted you I texted you 15 minutes in. I was like, this is the most blah blah blah. I was offended. But then you use your brain, you realize, okay, it, I might not like this, but I can't take everything here personally. And I can dislike parts. I can compartmentalize what's good and what's not. Like, I don't have to be like, oh, movie bad. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen about hatred towards men. It was bad.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
was corny. People that
Mm,
don't people that are liberal are like, this was kind of like very forced. Like, really, it was so on the nose. People are saying that. It's true. But
It
there were
is. It's
things
just
that were so good. There were things that were
objective
so good.
opinion. But like in terms of women empowerment, which is the basis of the entire movie, is it done wrong? Yes, but is it still a valid
Yes.
movie that should be made? 100%. I guess that was one of Maddie's things. Is she was like I was really enjoyed a lot of it. It's like really cool to see a girl movie and
Yeah.
all this different stuff. It's just I mean her reasons a little more conservative than what other people might be saying because she was like with all this all the trans stuff taking over women's rights
Mm-hmm.
and feminism moving over to biological men.
Yeah.
She's like, it was really nice to see like women matter.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, the ending with like the creator of Barbie and Margot Robbie is beautiful. And it was this weird thing that like because Greta Gerwig has made fantastic movies about women. Lady Bird is incredible. That is not. I mean, it's progressive in the sense that she's like bi. I think I don't remember exactly, but no, I don't know. But it's
I don't
progressive.
think she is,
I
but
don't think she
as
is.
yeah,
But you know what I mean. Like it's still made
it's
by
yeah, it's
and Little
obviously still.
Women. Okay, those movies are not like offensively men suck. It's just let me elevate women because women matter. This felt like let's do this, but also screw men. And I get that's the point, but like, yeah, all that to say, I still think it's like a 7 out of 10. I still think it's like 3.5 stars.
Yeah, and
Like,
I think I mean
I'm not
I
gonna.
honestly think I could give it, whatever, 3.5, 4 star. I think it could still get a 4 star after hearing it. I gotta watch it. It could not get a 4 star, but I'm not honestly, from what I hear, I don't really think it's the worst thing in the world. I'm not gonna dwell on the fact that it happened and be like,
I'm not Ben
oh my
Shapiro.
gosh, my life's over because they went too far.
Do you know how
Like
many movies I love that have
poor
something that I don't like?
guys. I'm so oppressed. Like, no, like it was a stupid movie and it was stupid, some of the things they did.
Yeah,
And the unredemptive
aspect.
factors of the movie was poor choice. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, still can be fun.
Am I gonna
And
buy a Barbie Funko Pop? You bet your butt I am, because
probably
it's cool. You know,
and
like
it has still like got a lot of awesome things that need to be mainstream media, like I'm Just Ken.
so funny. Oh, also
Or
the
and the
whole
sold out I'm Knuff sweatshirts. Yeah.
amazing.
Did I even see the movie? No. Did I want to buy one? I really did.
Well, like the whole Ryan Gosling thing. So the first thing he saw about the patriarchy was a book about horses, and
Yeah.
the whole at the end of the movie, he's talking to Barbie. He goes, it's one of the funniest lines in the entire movie, in my opinion. He goes, I stopped caring about the patriarchy when I learned it wasn't about horses. And I was like, that's so good. I love that so much. But
That
no,
is hilarious.
yeah. So there's parts I really liked, the parts I really didn't. And the good I think outweigh the bad by a tiny bit, personally. And the last thing I'll say is conservatives that just hate on this movie because of one thing. Shut up. It's annoying.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and you
It's
want to
annoying.
be, in my opinion, like that kind of thing, this kind of thing, actually caring about it, making an effort to hate on it is like so
Just say
beyond
you don't like it and move on.
snowflake. Like that's snowflake.
Don't
You
burn a
like which is
Barbie.
something that conservatives are so known for saying about literally everything that liberals do. So,
Don't burn a
but like
Barbie.
that's this conservative reactions to this movie are so snowflake.
Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's
It's
so.
not like Target and Bud Light, but they have the same. Dude, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. To be completely honest, they're having because conservatives are having the same reaction now for every little minor inconvenience.
And
Which
it's.
most of them are good. Bud Light, good. Target was great, and the Jason Aldean stuff's awesome.
I don't know what
Like
happened
that
to
guy,
Jason Aldean.
his song. The liberals are saying it's racist because he's saying he's saying don't steal, don't do this stuff, don't try it in a small town, or we'll deal
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
people are like, that's racist. And they're basically making the assumption that stealing and murdering and all this thing is something that black culture
Black people
does.
do.
And so he's saying so that he's racist against them, saying he'll kill them. But it's racist to say that he's assuming it's all black people when he's just saying to not commit crime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so like that kind of stuff, valid. But
Yeah.
then we're getting in dangerous territory where now like it's like Barbie. Like you got offended by a movie
That
that
like,
really wasn't that big of a deal.
and also
Like
yes, part of it was bad, but it's not like every joke missed. It's not like everything
exactly.
was
And
not funny.
at the end of the day, they're still like it was still a comedy. So
It's
like the
still
joke what at the end of the day, what went too far was jokes. Like the jokes went too far.
they were too
Bashing on them as
corny,
a
too
joke
forced.
went too far.
There was a
Like that's what you're crying over.
the last joke that I thought was funny is like there was a whole montage. Also, the dance sequences when they broke out into song and dance, amazing. Anyway, there was the last hypnotize thing. They're turning the Kens on each other. They all Ken was like, let me play my guitar. Let me play my guitar at you." And like be singing a song. It was funny. So yeah, that's Barbie. Not the worst thing in the world. Not the best.
Nope.
Disappointment? Kinda, but not really.
Probably, but I'd say that's because I had really high hopes.
Yeah, we had too high hopes for it.
I thought it was gonna be an awesome little girly pop movie, but it ended up
It
being
still was a girly pop movie.
but it just ended up being a little bit too much.
A little too corny. A little too corny. But
No, I'd say a little. It was a little too serious. That'd be my opinion. I don't think the movie needed to be serious. I think that the whatever you wanted she wanted to make a movie about women empowerment, which is like great. But did it need to be about it? No, not necessarily.
it could have been a comedy about
But
them going to the real world.
yeah, it could literally just been a pure comedy and probably been uh it would have been so like unoffensive and would have been probably like 5 stars to be honest. But I mean, she took the risk and made a movie about women empowerment, which is great. She just did it poorly.
But it is funny that the whole go woke, go broke thing is not working. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It is funny.
Because you can't say it. This movie's making bank, bro. Oh, this
So
movie,
much, so much money.
it made like $70 million today. On Monday. That's why. Yeah. Anyway, so but the best part about Barbenheimer though is easily what we're talking about. I think this is the longest episode we're ever gonna have, which is crazy considering
Probably need to go to bed. It's like, oh wow, 1:30.
Yeah. Okay. But I do want to talk about this. Oh my gosh.
I feel like I don't have as much to say though because it was so good.
Yeah. Well,
That's my opinion. I don't have a lot to say because it was so impressive.
so in the sense like I have no notes. I just have things I like. So
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like going through the different cool aspects,
yeah. So
favorite
let's
scenes and things like that.
Oppenheimer. If you don't know, this is the story based on the book American Prometheus, which I want to read, but it's 800 pages. Anyway, based on American Prometheus about J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb, and it's basically it is Christopher Nolan doing what Christopher Nolan does, where he mismatches the timeline, where there's things going on.
Non-linear timeline.
Yes, with the non-linear timeline of the creation of the Manhattan Project and the atomic bomb, while also a courtroom scene and a
His origin.
and then the interrogation scene.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of things are all fizzling together until the very end of the movie, and they all come together. And when I tell you that's brilliantly done, wow. Yeah, where to start? The beginning when it's the water droplets.
I mean, to start, I'm gonna say to start. The news, he came out and said that it was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
It definitely was, and it was like the best thing ever. It was like the coolest thing ever.
It was so good. That scene in like the school,
The gym.
the gym.
Oh my gosh!
Was
with the noiseless, the silent screams,
and
then
the
scream,
the stomping too.
Yeah, and then you hear the screams, like the actual like terror scream.
Yes, it was just like
with the silent cheers, and then her
face,
off,
and he steps on the corpse.
Steps on a corpse, a burnt corpse. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It was haunting. It was like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening.
They created so much weight.
It did. it was, oh man, like
Insane. My
obviously.
favorite thing, my favorite outcome of the Oppenheimer movie is everyone talking about how he said there was no CGI shots. And then they're talking about, bro really blew up the world for the end shot.
That's funny. Yeah, really. Also, I think one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen.
Oh, probably the best.
Like I,
To be honest, such a good ending line.
because he's
Like,
talking,
wow.
because the whole movie you're wondering what did Albert and Oppenheimer talk about, and the
Yeah, it's like this overarching thing. You want to know the crazy thing? So I saw this breakdown on from a TikToker, which
mm-hmm.
he was incorrect, but he was almost correct.
Yeah,
So he was talking about how this how Oppenheimer and Strauss were an allegory of the atomic bomb and nuclear war. So like mutual destruction,
uh-huh,
right? They hate each other so much they destroy each other and
yeah,
both lose,
yeah,
which is like an allegory to what nuclear war is right now. If someone were to launch a nuke, the other person would just launch a nuke and everyone would die. No one
yeah.
wins,
No one
everyone
wins.
loses. And which is like such a profound thing, but it's not that because people are like talking about, oh, uh, his thing was the allegory is Oppenheimer turned the scientists against him in order to destroy his career, and he uh, took away his credentials, tarnishing his name, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually turn the scientists against him.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is the allegory is really all about Strauss, which is that he's convincing himself, which is a theme throughout the movie. He's convincing himself that there is opposition that is not actually there, and it's fueling him to be violent, which is like the entire meaning and overarching theme of the entire movie. We need to develop the atomic bomb because the Germans are going to develop an atomic bomb and the Soviets are going to develop an atomic bomb. Now
Right.
we need to develop the H bomb because we have intel that the Soviets are developing an H bomb, and it's like this race to destroy each other,
Yeah.
all because they have assumptions that someone else is going to do it to them. It's like the same thing. Like the Russians could be thinking the same thing. Oh, they're building an H bomb, so we need to build an H bomb. And it's just like
Mm.
it's literally defending yourself with mutual destruction,
Yeah. That's really good.
which is
And
like insane.
there's a guy that wrote an article on a Christian website, and he compared it to um, Noah, the flood, and like the the evil in people's hearts, and then he compared the apple at the beginning to the apple of the Garden of Eden, where it's the you know the the choice, the dangerous choice that you make, and like um it proved that that apple that Oppenheimer poisoned is just as dangerous of a choice as what he did with the atomic bomb. And like, oh my gosh, it's just all that imagery was just like crazy.
No, dude, there's so much packed into the film.
And obviously there is nudity, okay?
Yeah, which I'd say is it didn't really add anything. The
Except in the interrogation scene. That was powerful imagery.
Well, yeah, it was powerful imagery, but it's still a bit much.
It was a lot. It was like, oh geez.
It was like it showed an excessive amount. It could have like just been a bareback kind of situation. It
Yeah,
really didn't have to show the bottom half.
no, you didn't. But like
But
that.
the other stuff was definitely didn't move the plot along. Yeah, what I'm saying is it didn't the extents the extensiveness of the
Of
movie
it didn't. Yes.
did not
This.
move the plot. Like they could have had the same effect by not making it uh
As yeah.
X rated.
Yes.
Showing these
Yes.
they didn't have to show these things for
No.
it to be
The
impactful.
conversation.
The affair didn't
They
have
didn't
to
have
be
to be
impact.
sitting the way they were during that
No, they didn't
conversation.
have to be sitting butt naked to have a conversation.
No, they didn't.
It
So
could have just been implied that they hooked up.
yes, all that.
Like they could have been in towels or literally anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or in bed. They could have just been sitting in bed.
Yeah.
With the covers up.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, so like Yeah, I keep going back to the ending because that conversation with Einstein, where it's like, you know how we said, this
There
could
was
blow
a
up the world,
chance.
and it's like, oh, but you it didn't. It's like maybe it did because
I mean,
obviously,
that it would end the world. There's a chance when we ran the calculation, we knew there was a chance that it would end the world. And he said, "Yep," and he goes, "I think we did."
Oppenheimer said he think we did, right?
Yeah, he said, "I think we did."
Yeah, and then
Because I mean, he did. If there's any at this point, we're just living in a stalemate for
yeah,
the end of the world,
end of the world.
the nuclear, whatever. Not that it will happen or
Yeah,
whatever,
I don't think it'll happen personally. I don't think it'll happen,
biblically, it doesn't really align. But
but it's still
so
scary. It's still a nerve
it's
wracking
still an
thing.
overarching threat that we live in like this stalemate of
All
really, if it
because
did escalate, it would actually end the world.
yeah,
I mean, it would just go everywhere and everything would be completely desolated.
yeah, it'd be awful. There'd be other parts of the world that'd probably be fine, but like
Yeah, there'd be like small places, but yeah, majority of the population of the earth would be dead and uninhabitable.
yeah, like Australia be chilling.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, but
But they
like
could, but then again, and even with such like catastrophic damage to the earth and things like that, the impact could then create all kinds of
yeah,
seismic activity
mm-hmm,
and tsunami, flood,
yeah,
Australia, that whole it'd be devastating.
yeah, but it's still yeah. To go back to the actual movie, but yeah, um, I mean, I didn't feel like I was sitting there for 3 hours. I know Dad said he
Neither
felt.
did I.
Dad
I
was like,
can't believe that. I was sitting next to him. He had to been watching a different movie.
because it was the most engaged I've been in a theater in
That's what I said. I said it was
forever.
literally the most captivating movie I've ever
And
watched.
I just watched Spider Verse. Like,
Yeah.
do you think this is better? Okay, Spider Verse and this are
That's
two separate movies.
yeah. I mean
But
it's really hard.
do you think it's better?
I don't think I've done ranking for this exact reason. Like I haven't actually updated my rankings.
I have Oppenheimer at second on the year right now, but I don't know.
Dude, overall it's so hard though. Right now my overall I want to shift this around a little bit, but right now I got Interstellar, then Lord of the Rings, then the Batman, then Whiplash, then After Sun. 5.
Yeah.
But I think it's better than After Sun.
Yeah. I don't like it as much as After Sun. Emotionally
The
wise, it's better than After Sun.
I
Film
might
wise,
like it more. It would depend. I'd have to rewatch it.
I'm
I love horror, so and I love the horror aspect of it.
the horror aspect of this
So
movie was crazy.
and obviously I enjoy Nolan. So
Yeah, no, it's great.
um, but then Whiplash,
I think it'd be
the
my fifth favorite movie
I think
ever.
it'd probably be 5. Yeah.
Because I think it would go for me, Stand By Me, Good Will Hunting, After Sun, 12 Angry Men, Oppenheimer. Because I've
So
been
I
waiting for a movie like this. I've been waiting for a historical epic that's character like this movie had like it had horror, right? Which I don't like, but it was done where it wasn't scary. It was just like uneasy, which is my favorite type of horror. And then it had like the historical biopic, which I love biopic, but they may never make good biopics. They like Elvis was good, but they always screw things up. But then they had this interesting biopic. But then you had I said in my review, if you should take like the cumulative acting ability in this movie is the best I've ever seen in an entire movie history. Like
oh yeah, I don't think there's been this many like actual perfect performances.
like everybody, Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., the guy who played the interrogator dude, he was
I would say
amazing.
honestly, I'd say it's way easier to name the number of people who were not like just actually perfect in their role, which shockingly, I would say there's only one person that comes to mind, which is
Which
Florence
guy?
Pugh.
Oh,
It's Florence Pugh. I don't think that she was anything special.
she was fine. She just
She
didn't
was literally just fine. Like her character was all right.
just her character. She was just a mistress.
Yeah, and she just didn't have any kind of impact. She didn't have any kind of range in terms of acting. Like it was just whatever. It was very bland.
But like
Her character.
you had like
But
small,
every
small people.
other every other role to like the tiniest people.
The guy who played Han Solo that was with Downey the whole time. He was
Yep.
incredible.
He was awesome. And
Freaking Benny Safdie.
Josh Peck
He was in there for
was
5 seconds.
literally 5 seconds of the countdown, and bro conveyed so much stress over this countdown.
Dude,
He
the
added
Trinity
so
sequence.
much
Oh
to
my
everyone talking
gosh.
about how the weight of the countdown. That was him.
It was it.
Because Oppenheimer, Killian, he was just standing there. He wasn't really doing much. Like he was looking back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. But it was Josh Peck that was like reaching for the button when it's
Oh,
like all these different things, and you're like, I know it drops, but why am I nervous?
Matt Damon.
So good.
Bro, when he's like, because this is the most important thing in the history of the world. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
And
I'd say outstanding performance. I mean, the obvious one is
Killian,
Killian.
obviously.
Um,
Downey was phenomenal.
Downey's the one that I think is the unanimous that people say was like the best.
Yeah, he was easily.
And I'd say the sleeper best is Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt was
I think she probably was the
marvelous.
best performance.
She was
Hot
so
take.
good.
I think
Oh
it's
my.
her or Downey, but
It was so good. Okay, but then what's
she's
his
definitely
face?
not talked about enough as the best performance.
Um, well, I love Benny Safdie. He's playing like that Russian dude.
He was
Um,
great.
Goodness. The guy who played Han Solo, what's his name?
I don't remember his name. I just know his face.
Um, well, there was Josh Hartnett who played Ernest Lawrence. I don't remember how to. But the guy Jason Clarke, he is what's he in? He's the guy in the Planet of the Apes movies and the guy in Everest. Incredible.
Yeah, no, his was
Al-
awesome.
Alden Heinrich. He's in Cocaine Bear too. He was amazing. And then Tom Conti as Albert Einstein.
Was like, bro, they literally brought back Einstein for the movie. That was crazy.
And he was so good. And then the last one was the biggest shock in terms of like, I was not expecting this when Rami Malek came into the courtroom.
Dude, I knew it though, and he
Because
walked in, and there I was like, it's G's.
it's over. Because earlier in the movie, he said like 3 words, and I was like, why did he cast him for like the tiniest role ever?
Yeah, to do nothing but just be in the background.
And then he came in, I was like, oh my gosh.
But the
Oh,
casting, yeah, the casting is obviously popular news that the castings were crazy. Like
the Casey
with
Affleck
people
cameo,
like,
dude,
yeah,
that was
and then
great too.
like Roderick, the Roderick rules,
Yeah.
Roderick or whatever, and then
Uh-huh.
the dude from what's his face from Chronicles as the other military dude, the one
Hmm.
underneath him, uh, Dane DeHaan
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
Green Goblin
Yeah,
and
Green
and
Goblin
Tasm too.
and Tasm.
He was good too. It was
He was great, and then uh, one of the dudes from The Boys was in it.
yep.
He was great.
The
Dude,
guy
it's so many just like cameos.
the guy from oh, what's it called? Stranger Things.
Yeah, Eleven's daddy.
Yeah. Oh, and Kenneth Branagh, the guy we were just talking about. He played who did he play? Niels Bohr. I don't remember what he did, but yeah, just oh, and freaking Gary Oldman as President Truman. Did you? I
Oh
did
yeah,
not. Isn't that crazy?
yeah, it's insane.
I didn't notice until after the movie. So yeah,
Actually nuts.
just wild. So
Yeah, it's so good.
the best
Unbelievable.
ensemble of acting performance. This movie's gonna win like 45 Oscars.
Well,
Um,
you want to know the funniest thing? Oh, also, I don't know if we talked about Alex Wolf.
oh yeah, from
He was the
Jumanji.
young guy, but yeah, he's Jumanji and Hereditary.
Uh huh. And
Um,
old.
yep, he's a great actor. Not in a lot. But
Yeah, what a
you know,
movie,
one of the
man.
funniest things though that I've seen is one of the marketing points for Mutant Mayhem is claiming that it is the best cast ever.
Mutant Man. Have you Oppenheimer?
With the coming out literally like 2 3 weeks, coming out 3 weeks after, something like that, or maybe 4 weeks
Yeah.
after the actual greatest cast ever. Imagine marketing that.
Yeah. And also Asteroid City exists.
I know all those different kinds of. It's just crazy. It's a great cast, but like,
Yeah.
be for real, man.
Yeah. This is.
But yeah, I mean,
But I mean, it's incredible. One of the best. It's a technical. It's an achievement in film. Like, it's one of the best things put to screen. I don't care what anybody says. Tired of it. Screw recency
uh,
bias. Thing's incredible.
yeah, absolutely.
But if we get what we're supposed to get the rest of the year, right? Like Poor Things, Dune Part 2, The Killer, Ferrari, Killers of the Flower Moon, this is going to be one of the best years in movie history.
So
Just
good.
crazy. So, Past Lives, Asteroid City is brilliant. Guardians 3, come on, bruh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
insane.
what a year. What a
Good year to lead us into no movies.
I know, right? I'm just going to watch Oppenheimer over and over again.
It's
But
so funny.
yeah,
But
it's time.
oh man, how long has this been?
Take a guess.
I'm gonna say uh 2 hours and 57 minutes.
Oh, that's scary. It's been 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 36 seconds, 37 seconds, 38 seconds. That's crazy. That's good.
Kind of killed it.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, I'm gonna finish it. We're gonna finish this off.
Yeah. Great movie.
If you are here right now, do something with your life.
Text us.
You just watched a 3-hour podcast.
I'll buy your ticket to Oppenheimer. Not actually. But
Not actually.
because there's gonna be someone that listens to this all the way
There's
through.
going to be someone who gets to the end.
It's probably Jackson after
I
5
don't
days
know
of
if
work.
I don't know if he still watches it
Oh, really?
since he's been working.
You should listen to him while he works.
That's true.
There's a few people. Our last one has like 15 listens, so
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't know
yeah,
who listens to them. Shout out to you though.
yeah, for real. If you listen to this, gosh,
3 hours.
the longest ever. I mean, it's fitting. We could have watched Oppenheimer.
Yeah, think about that. You just listen to this podcast. You could have finished Oppenheimer.
What would be better?
What are you doing?
What are you doing with your life? Oh goodness, that's so funny.
Yeah.
To recap, Barbie could have been better. Oppenheimer is amazing. We're bringing back Facebook.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Life stuff. Get a helmet.